Conference showdown tonight in Auburn. Nebraska arrives as back-to-back Big Ten tournament champions, the first Big Ten team since 2013-14 to pull off that feat. Auburn looks to build on last year's momentum after hosting the first super regional in program history. The road to Omaha continues tonight, and it starts now on the SEC Network. Welcome to the Plains here on a Friday night in lovely Auburn, Alabama, where the Nebraska Cornhuskers take on the number 7 ranked Auburn Tigers here in a big-time showdown. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth here at Plainswood Park alongside former Auburn baseball player and coach Mark Fuller. I'm JJ Jackson. Mark, Nebraska and Auburn have never met on a baseball diamond. We get game one here tonight.
Yeah, we do. I mean, you said it. Big Ten, SEC, a really good Nebraska offense, a really good Auburn pitching staff. It's going to be a great weekend, JJ.
Let's take a look at that Nebraska offense, and they're led by Dylan Carey, a star player here for the Cornhuskers, who in many respects, Nebraska didn't think he'd be here this season.
No, they thought he might lose him in the draft last year. A true homegrown guy, came as a freshman. Now he's a senior. You see what he's done. He's chasing his head coach right there for career doubles. Will Bolt played at Nebraska as well. And then 183 games. You don't see that anymore. The transfer portal world, we don't see that. Good for him. He's hung in there. Great player.
Excited to see the starting pitcher tonight for Auburn. It's the lefty, Jake Marciano, his first season after being a transfer portal acquisition for the Tigers. He's only given up 1 run all season, no walks. He's been dominant.
Yeah, it's video game numbers. I use that term a lot, but it really is. He does things that you just don't see. Both sides of the plate, change-ups, cutters. You just can't approach him with one pitch, and he's made it real difficult so far in 2 starts.
Jake Marciano in his sophomore season, again by way of Bayville, New Jersey, the Virginia Tech transfer. He's got really good stuff. You call it video game stuff, Mark.
Yeah, it really is, because you want to attack the changeup, which is so good, but then he crossfires. He goes left hand to right-handed hitters across the plate, which makes it very challenging. But it's just the overall numbers, the walks. He doesn't walk anybody. You got to get a hit to get on base.
See if he continues it tonight, facing a Nebraska team coming in with a 4-3 overall record. It's Mac Moyer leading it off in the left-handed batter's box. Marciano's first pitch comes across at 90 on the radar gun, and we're underway.
And it's not 95, JJ, but it's just command of both sides of the plate. He can pitch up. He throws a changeup when he wants to. And then he mixes in a little slider to left-handed, right-handed hitters. It's nasty with 2 strikes.
Moyer fouls off this pitch, and it's 1-1. Mac Moyer, the center fielder from the junior college route, son of Jamie Moyer, longtime big leaguer.
Played for 120 years in the major leagues.
Long time feels like an understatement
really
when you
does.
reflect on Jamie Moyer's career.
Yep, maybe second to Nolan Ryan in my lifetime as far as years in the big leagues.
1-1, this one's off the plate, 2 balls and a strike. Unlike his old man, Mac Moyer can swing it a little bit.
Yeah, he can, you know, and he's a guy that's been there for a while. Transferred from junior college, left-handed hitter, and grew up in the big leagues. So they called him a baseball rat, did Coach Bolt. Been around the game his whole life.
2-1 pitch on the ground to short. Farber has this one off the chest, and that throw is going to be late. Ryan Farber, the transfer shortstop for Auburn, with the mistake, and Nebraska's got the first base runner of our game.
Looks like I just took a little hop and hit him kind of in the top of his palm, that hard spot. You want to keep the ball in the web and the soft part of your hand. Looked like he got up there in the hard, firm part of his wrist, is kicked off. And Auburn's only made 5 errors until tonight. They've done a really good job. They hadn't walked guys as a staff, and they have not dropped it. They've caught it and thrown it really well on defense.
So traffic on the base paths here for Nebraska, as Jet Buck will be the batter. A throw over for Marciano keeps Moyer close.
The one thing that jumped out that Coach Thompson mentioned was that this Nebraska team looks like an SEC lineup. That's really a nice compliment physically. Big, strong guys. They swing it well.
You can see Buck take this one out of the zone. As we get a look at the starting lineup here for Nebraska, a lot of experience, but some of that experience is coming from other places, not necessarily within the program. And then Case Anderson, who's due up next, he's got plenty of pop in the bat.
He does, and it's a team that can really swing it. Marciano coming in there. You know, but one thing, listen to Coach Bolt, you don't see a lot of transfer portal guys. I think it's 3 Division I portal guys, and then a handful of JUCO guys and a bunch of freshmen. 9, JJ. They do it from the homegrown world. They try to grow them like we did for years and develop them. They've done that.
This is Jet Buck. He's by way of Washburn University at the Division II level. Buck, a player who's recorded a hit in all 7 games this season, playing at second base defensively.
He is a transfer portal guy. Started his career at Pitt, then went to Cisco Junior College, and now back here at Nebraska.
Here's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
So if you're out there and you're a young pitcher and you're thinking, well, I got to throw 100 to pitch in the SEC, this guy, Marciano, will sit 89 to 90. He's very deceptive. So some of the things he does, you can't teach. The glove angle, he hides the ball. But what you can teach is his ability to pitch to both sides of the plate, change speeds, elevate. That was a fastball out. That was on purpose. Fralick loves that, behind the plate catching. So he does a lot of things you can teach, but some things about him are just born in. He's just very deceptive. The hitters don't get a good look at it, despite it not being mid-90s.
Moyer safe on an error. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Buck. This one just outside of the zone, and now the count's run full.
It's going to be a great series. This Nebraska team is legit. They're 4-3. It's early. They went to the same tournament that Auburn went to last week in Arlington, played some really good baseball. This is going to be a great 3 days of baseball. So if you're a baseball fan, tune in here because it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
You hate to call anything a first inning pressure pitch, but this 3-2 pitch was one for Marciano. He frames a punch out there, still yet to walk a batter all season.
You hear Coach Thompson call it the crossfire. Watch this, left to right. Didn't get it in as much as he would have liked to have. Definitely a good pitch, definitely a strike. But that's tough for a right-handed hitter. That ball's coming out of the second base area, and it's cutting across home plate. Hard to pick up.
So instead of giving up his first walk of the season, Marciano picks up strikeout number 21 of the year, and Case Sanderson will be the batter. And here we are, a couple of throwovers already.
I think if you were to ask Jake Marciano, what is your pitch? He'd probably say my changeup. It's just that good. So if you're the Nebraska offense, you got to make a decision. What are we gonna attack? He can throw fastballs to both sides of the plate. We don't want to look fastball in unless we have 2 strikes. So what do? Left-handed hitters a little easier. They can almost eliminate the changeup here now, as we have number 3 hitter up left-handed. He can do that, but the right-handed hitters can't do that.
Sanderson at the box. This one's a called strike, and the count's even at 1-1.
Just a little get me over cutter there. Just 1-0 count. Take a little off. It's one of the best pitches in baseball because the hitter's sitting fastball. You take a little off, take some steam off, and you get a strike.
1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch home. It's going to be fouled back and out of play. It's 1-2.
Why is the changeup not so effective against left-handed hitters when you're a left-handed pitcher? Because it runs down and in. And if you miss down and in on the left-handed bat, it's a dangerous place to miss. So the lefties can take it away a little bit from Jake Marciano and make him go more toward the cutter.
Already 1 strikeout. The 1-2 just off the plate. Sanderson, .360 the batting average so far on the season with 9 hits, 3 of them doubles and 1 driven in.
3-year starter, JJ, over 400 at bats. You just don't hear that, even at big programs like Nebraska.
2-2 as Moyer takes off, and this one's hit foul down the third baseline. Moyer just 1 for 1 in stolen bases on the year, but we saw him taking off with that pitch.
They've only stolen 4 as a team, and when I asked Coach Bolt about that, Coach, what do you think the personality of your team is? He made a great statement. He said it really depends on who's out there. If we have to hit and run, it'll depend on who's in the field. If we got the bigger bats, we'll hit home runs. But right there, Moyer's done a good job. There you see Will Bolt, what he's done right there against ranked opponents. But Moyer's done a good job at first of timing Marciano. I think he feels pretty good about what he's seen so far.
2-2 on the way, and a check swing here by Sanderson got a piece of it.
Doesn't look like much, but it's really good 2-strike hitting. The ball was up and in, probably going to be a called strike. What did Sanderson do? Just a la Derek Jeter, just kind of ruined it. Just spit it out of there. Doesn't look like much on TV, but it gives him a chance to swing the bat again.
2-2 on the way, and this one's out of the zone. That's ball 3, and yet again a full count.
Hadn't said that much, have we?
No. Will Jake Marciano finally walk a guy? I mean, that's something that has yet to happen this season. Had a full count just a moment ago to Buck, and Marciano was able to get the strikeout. Here comes another 3-2, but first to throw over.
Yeah, Moyer's got a great feel. Marciano's picked over twice, and like most lefties, JJ, he's looked home and gone to first. He's kind of given it away, and Moyer's headed back before he makes the move. So I think Moyer's in a good position if he wants to go. He's got a good feel for the move of Marciano.
3-2 pitch, Moyer does go. It's a called strike. The throw down to second, gonna be in time. Strike him out, throw him out, double play to end the first. A laser from Chase Freilich to the second base bag, and it's Jake Marciano picking up a pair of strikeouts in the first inning. Scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first. A great Friday night crowd here at the ballpark as we're scoreless going to the bottom of the first on the Plains. Auburn bats for the first time today as we get a look at the starting lineup here for the Tigers. And Chris Rimbert is in the batting order for the Tigers at the DH spot after missing the last 6 games with an injury. Top to bottom, a really good order.
Well, you and I had the game when Chris Rimbert slid to second, and we were both a little nervous. Ankle, knee, didn't know. Good for Auburn, he's back. Didn't miss much, they gotta have him there. But what's really cool about this is last week, Bristol Carter jumped from not playing game 1, JJ, and then hitting 9th. He got to the leadoff spot, was a tournament MVP, 4 stolen bases, home run, 2 bunts. He was relentless, and he set the tone. This Auburn offense, you see him at the top of the order now.
He hasn't looked back. Let's look at the starting pitcher here for Nebraska. Ty Horn stands 6'2", 190, a Kansas native. He gets the start, known as Nebraska's ace.
Really good stuff. He's been out there for quite a while. He grew up in College Station, where Rob Childress, the pitching coach now at Nebraska, was the head coach. We'll talk about that more. But a guy, again, has been there for his whole career.
First pitch to Bristol Carter is spoiled down the right field line. It's 0-1.
He's a 4-pitch guy, JJ. He'll sit 90-92. That first fastball was 92. Last year against UCLA in the Big Ten, shutout in the tournament, and then got a regional start. So he's an experienced guy out here on the road in a tough crowd in an SEC venue.
This pitch out of the zone, 1-1. I love that shot we just had. Already some heavy breaths there from Ty Horn. I mean, he's feeling the intensity of this start and moment right now. That's cool to see.
Well, that's what's changed so much in college. But this is a regional. This is a regional preview here for everybody watching. You will see this. These 2 teams are going to be in a regional. I guess that's pretty bold to say that 7 games in. But these 2 teams are going to be there in May. We're getting a taste of it right now. So watch Bristol Carter 2-strike hit.
High in the zone, 2-2.
You've heard me 2 years. He transferred from East Carolina. I have a man crush on Bristol Carter. He does everything a baseball player should do. He just does what's given him. He'll drop a bunt. He hit a home run last week out there in Arlington as well.
Fouls this one off. Aggressive hack from Carter.
Well, the 2-strike approach, you see him right there. He's kind of bouncing around. He's got some light. The 2-strike approach matches the personality. He's a very aggressive kid. I bet he's the one that turns the music up full blast in the clubhouse. And, you know, he's probably the guy. But he will battle right here with 2 strikes. And if you're listening to this, just watch him. Just get a feel. It's more intestinal guts with 2 strikes than it is anything else. Just hang in there and battle, and he'll do that. All right, I'm off. I'm wearing him out. I know. Moving on.
3-2, and he's down looking. Carter thought it was ball 4. Ty Horn says thank you very much, and that's a strikeout.
Ty Horn heard me and said, I'm tired of hearing about Bristol Carter. Take that, Fuller. This is a good pitch. I think Bristol Carter didn't like it, but I think it's a pretty good pitch. Kind of a backup breaking ball, but a pretty good pitch. Meant to be down and away. Good start by Horn. It brings up Chase Freilich. This is the leader. This is the go guy, and the captain, so to speak, of the Auburn offense. As Chase Freilich goes, so goes the Auburn team behind the plate on defense and swinging the bat.
Out of the zone for ball 1. Freilich already a pair of home runs on the season. Auburn's catcher hitting from the left side. Here's a strike. It's 1-1.
Horn mixing the cutter there, so a good start for him of so far 2 pitches. He's thrown the fastball, cutter / slider. We can call, they're not the same pitch, but it's hard to tell from this far away. But he's done a good job of mixing 2 so far.
1-1, fouled back by Freilich.
Another one there. So and that's one thing Coach Bolt talked about, the impact of Rob Childress, who again was a head coach at A&M now 15 years. Ty Horn was a little boy in College Station. Coach Childress showed up and signed autographs at his 9-year-old birthday party, and now he's pitching for him at Nebraska. How about that?
Incredible bond between those 2. And here's a strikeout for Horn. Blew that one right by Freilich, and that's the 2nd out.
Impressive. So a couple of cutters back to back. Now watch this fastball middle in. I mean, down and through it. Wow, that's electric.
So 2 strikeouts to the first 2 hitters that he faces. And Horn now takes on Eric Guevara, Auburn's 3rd baseman, who fouls this one down the first base line and into the seats.
It didn't take Will Bolt long. This team has won the Big Ten championship 2 years back-to-back, regional last year. It didn't take him long to get who he wanted on the coaching staff, a very veteran staff, and who he wanted to develop in the program players-wise, and they are legit.
So special for Will Bolt to be coaching his alma mater, a team that he played for, a team that he once donned the jersey. As Guevara hits this ball on the ground to short, carries there and throws across in time for the out. A 1-2-3 inning, business as usual for Ty Horn on the bump. 1 inning in the books. Nebraska are scoreless. You look at the start that both of these teams have had this year. Hot would be the way to call it. Nebraska, 29 extra base hits are their most ever in program history through 7 games. This offense, though, is going up a very hot pitching staff for Auburn. 102 starts, their most through 8 games since 1997. I mean, it's best on best right now when you look at this Cornhuskers offense and the Tigers pitching staff. It
is, JJ. And the statement that Ty Horn just made defensively on the mound right there for the Cornhuskers tells us what kind of game we're going to have. He ain't scared. They ain't scared. They don't care about this big crowd, SEC, this and that. They are Cornhusker baseball, and it's going to be a heck of a ball game and a great series.
The Auburn audience listening to us tonight, that 1997 start for Auburn. That team went all the way to Omaha.
Did. Coach Baird, yep, final year as a head coach.
0-1 plunks Joshua Overbeek. And for the second straight inning, Mark Fuller, Nebraska has the leadoff runner aboard.
And rare for Marciano to give anybody any base time at all. But you're right, early in the game, Nebraska's got a chance here. This is going to end up being, JJ, a 4-3, 3-2 ball game on Friday night with 2 legit mound guys. Those are huge bases to get early in the game.
Did we just jinx it?
No, heck no. No, I'm pretty confident the 2 guys on the mound and the defenses, we're going to have a tight ball game.
These pitchers are going to stand up and show out.
No question.
Dylan Carey is the batter, a senior from Castle Rock, Colorado. Someone who Nebraska, as we said in the open, thought was going to be drafted at the end of last season. And yet here he is playing his senior season of baseball for them.
And really didn't know if they'd get him out of high school. He was the #1 prospect in the state, I believe. Colorado, I don't want to mess it up.
Player of the year.
Yes, and so they didn't think. And then the last year as a junior, his numbers, he's one of the bigger shortstops you'll see in college baseball. They're very fortunate to have him, and I know he's glad he's back.
Here's a swing and a miss, and quickly Marciano ahead 0-2.
Hadn't seen the changeup yet. Handful of cutters to the left-handed hitters from Marciano. But right now, to the right-handed hitters, it's been a kind of steady stream of fastballs.
Dylan Carey listed 6'2", 210, standing in that right-handed batter's box. This pitch fouled back.
He's a big man, and so far no half swings for him. So it would make sense what we're seeing Jake Marciano try to do, because you know Nebraska's probably sitting on changeups. Take away his best pitch. Make him throw his fastball. And if you're Everett Tiefer on the Auburn side, you're okay. We can do that. We can go fastball. And so they're doing kind of the Auburn's working against, I think, a little bit maybe the Nebraska scouting report of throwing more fastballs early in the game than changeups. Watch the eyes here.
Pitch on the way.
Good
and
pitch.
Carey says this one got a piece of him. And home plate umpire Javero January says not so fast. Come back into the batter's box. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not so sure it wasn't a strike. I guess we'll maybe have a conversation here, maybe a review.
Nebraska is challenging whether the ball hit the batter or not. Previous pitch is on a review.
I thought it was a strike.
Yeah.
But that's me being a pitcher.
So we will have a review here.
Everything's a strike when you're a pitcher.
And well, for Dylan Carey, everything's any way to get on base possible.
Yes.
So if there's a chance it hit him, he wants to earn his base.
Yeah, I think I see it. Of course, this is a lot better view here. Watch that bicep, tricep, whatever that muscle is. Man, it's tough, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I do not envy that decision being made.
Well, and the one thing the umpire always has in his advantage is he can hear things we can't. He and the catcher can hear skin or uniform or anything, and I think they go by that a lot if they're not sure with their eyes, and I guess he didn't hear anything. There you see Will Bolt. He's hoping he's on, because that would be big for Nebraska this early.
That'd be back-to-back hit batters and runners at first and second with no one out. I know a lot of people, Mark, want to look and see if the jersey starts to move at all.
Yeah.
If there's impact there.
I think there's, what's the term in football? Inconclusive evidence, maybe? I can't spell that, but I can throw it out there for you. Talking about Will Bolt, just not to change the topic of our review here, but man, this is a homegrown guy. He played there. He went to Omaha twice. It's an hour down the road, and just how excited he is maybe to be in a situation with this team that I think he believes could get there. How huge would that be to have the Cornhuskers back in Omaha an hour down the road in that state? Done a heck of a job. He was at A&M for a while. I've watched him kind of grow as I've called these games in the SEC, and he's brought that kind of mentality to Nebraska.
So we've got a coach's challenge here at Plainsman Park. Each coach allowed 2 requests for the result of a play to be reviewed. That's our new NCAA baseball rule that's in effect. And so Nebraska very quickly says, no, Dylan Carey felt like he was hit, started to work his way down that first base line. And so there's a review, and here comes our umpire.
After review, the ball did not hit the batter. Batter back and back. Nebraska loses its challenge.
So you heard Javiro January, who, Mark, doesn't look like he's missed any workouts in the gym.
I agree. That's great. Yep. He's probably getting one about 2 hours ago. Hey, Dylan Carey's a hitter, so a win for Auburn for now. They got to get him out of that box, though, with an out if they can.
So a ball and 2 strikes.
Look for the fastball in. Change up.
Swing and a miss.
There it is.
Strikeout from Jake Marciano. That's 3 of them so far.
So watch Chase Freilich stay inside, but it's the changeup that breaks down the way. That's it. That's what you're guarding against if you're Nebraska. Until you get 2 strikes, then you got to expand the plate and try to survive.
Cole Kitchens, the DH, up to the plate. Swing and a miss, 0-1. That was a funky swing there from Kitchens.
It was. I'm looking for a fastball, but I got a change up and I cut my swing down. So a hitter's got to sell out in his mind. I'm looking for this and I'm swinging at this. He can't guess. That was kind of a guess look there to that swing.
Kitchens by way of state of Arkansas. Here he is behind in the count, 0-2.
So all kind of options for Marciano. He went change up for strike 1 swing, then he went fastball in. It's wide open. Chase Freilich loves to elevate here with the fastball. Let's see what they decide, the 2 of them together.
0-2 on the way, and it's fouled back by Kitchens.
Yeah, and a heck of a job. They did elevate. They did get it there, and Cole Kitchens said, I'm going to ruin this, much like we saw early the first at bat of the game. Just ruin a pitcher's pitch and live to go. I was a pitcher. We will make mistakes when we pitchers, so if you let us as hitters, you'll get a pitch you can hit. I'm guessing change up here.
Runner at first, the 0-2 on the way. Hit to second. Auburn had it played up perfectly. McCrane goes to Farber, and that's the only thing Auburn's going to be able to do. But Auburn shifting a little bit up the middle, took a base hit away there from Kitchens.
Good draw by McCrane. I don't know if Farber thought there was 2 outs, but there really was no attempt to even turn it, and they may have had to. It was almost like he thought there might have been 2 outs and the inning was over. And before he knew it, it was too late.
Yeah, you saw him kind of pat his glove in frustration a little bit there.
Yeah.
Farber already 1 error defensively in the first inning.
And if that was a mistake, it gives Nebraska another at bat. And that's what you want if you're the Nebraska offense. Just keep giving us chances.
Will Jeske, the left fielder's the batter. Hacks this first pitch out towards center field. Carter underneath it and puts it away. Nebraska, a leadoff runner on for the 2nd straight inning, but no runs to show for as we go to the bottom of the 2nd. Again, Nebraska fans making the trip here for the first ever meeting between Auburn and Nebraska. We take a look at some of the numbers for Ty Horn, the junior starting pitcher. These last 10 starts, pretty filthy stuff.
Heck of a year. Did disappoint in the first inning, and he's out there for the long haul. I don't know that there'll be a lot of offense because of the way these two guys are throwing, and he's out for the night. Mixing breaking balls early, that's something you'll see him do. He did it there.
And a big batter facing here, the cleanup man for Auburn is Bub Terrell.
Game-winning RBI on Wednesday night. West Georgia took a 3-1 lead right into the bottom of the ninth, and Bub Terrell took a ball in the dirt and just filleted it to left field. The winning run came around, and Auburn won. Big celebration.
Terrell fouls this one off.
I think Gabe Gross is waiting for Bub Terrell to become, well, like Gabe Gross. I mean, Gabe hit 20 home runs, I think, as a sophomore. It's kind of that time for Bub Terrell. He's been here. He's had lots of at-bats. He had a great freshman year. And there you see Gabe right there. Very similar players. And I think that's where Gabe's kind of waiting just to see kind of the explosion. Hey, good player, good at-bats. I think there's a lot more in the tank. 2-1
here to Terrell. And he went after it. That's a strike. 2-2.
2-1 cutter. And really, really good. Great pitch by Horn.
Two balls, two strikes. Pitch on the way.
Tried it again.
Inside, and the count's full.
The cutter is so good, JJ, to left-handed hitters because it looks like a fastball. So if Horn's fastball is around 92, it's about 88, and it looks like a fastball. At the last 2 feet, it just cuts. It runs in on the hands of those lefties, and it's hard to lay off of it.
Payoff pitch on the way from Horn, and this one's hit back to the mound. Ty Horn's got it and able to toss over to first to get the out, as Ethan Bingaman will be due up next. So we take a look at the numbers for Auburn's offense here at home at Plainsman Park. Game 3 of the Youngstown State series, the offense exploded, but in all the other games this season, there have been some struggles at home.
Well, they have at home, no question. Didn't score a lot against West Georgia, and Cincinnati came in here really good Cincinnati team. First of all, did a great job, shut them out. Here we see Ethan Bingaman, who hit 2 home runs at Arlington this past weekend in one game. But you're right, at home it's been a little bit of a challenge early.
Ty Horn lost his hat. That delivery,
and
1-1.
You can't put a finger on it because then they go out to Arlington and play 3 great teams with K-State, Louisville, and Florida State, and they swung the bats well, had some big hits, and swept the series.
1-1 pitch with 1 down. Bingaman takes a strike, it's 1-2.
Starting to see Horn now kind of show what he's going to do. Good hard fastballs and cutters. He's going to mix some changeups. He'll mix some breaking balls, but he's going to make his money on the fastball and the cutter tonight.
And lost his bill once again, Mark Fuller. Ty Horn's got some flow that he's working with.
He does. There's a little head pull as we watch him pitch. There's a little bit of a right at release point, which can be a little bit of an overthrow, just trying to get too much, and the head kind of snaps and the head falls off, especially with the good flow underneath. I never have had a good flow, JJ. I just kind of cut it and move on.
That was never a problem for you.
Just don't worry too much about it.
2-2 to Bingaman. Here's strike 3. Lost his cap once again, did Ty Horn, but it's all good because he gets the strikeout. There are 2 outs here.
93. First of all, watch the fastball. Boom. And then look at the head fall off. But you can see, watch the head snap. Watch the head go here. Boom. But if he's going to make pitches like that, we'll both thinking, brother, let the hat fall off all night long.
Yeah, so rarely do you see a baseball player out there without the cap on. As you hear the applause, Auburn fans really excited. This man's back in the lineup. Chris Rembert, the sophomore from Pensacola, Florida, played the first 2 games of the season before exiting with an injury, and now he's back in the lineup at DH.
Yeah, and you and I called the game, and I was really worried. We didn't know knee or ankle, but my concern was ligaments, this and that. He was good to go, and it's been 2 weeks tomorrow, right? He's back out there. Coach Thompson mentioned maybe tonight and Sunday, not try to push him back through 3 straight games, but I think it'll be how he feels when he shows up tomorrow and he and Anthony Sanderson, the trainer, go to work, and just how he feels. You're not going to take him out of the lineup if he wants to play, I promise you that.
2 balls and a strike here to Rembert. 2-1 pitch on the way. And a big swing there from Rembert. It's 2-2.
And maybe the first changeup. That was a little hard for a changeup, but it had a changeup look at the end, kind of sinking in. And what a great pitch right there. He hasn't thrown it. Break it out against Chris Rembert. If you really watch his head as he throws the ball, JJ, There's the cutter. What a great inning. Nasty.
Another strikeout. That's 4 of them so far for Ty Horn. We're scoreless through 2. Good vibes for Nebraska here on the Plains as we're scoreless going to the top of the 3rd inning. Nebraska, it's just the 2nd time ever that they've got a weekend series against an SEC opponent. Way back in 2007, 19 years ago, they took on the Crimson Tide. So here they are with a little Auburn flavor to their baseball program.
They like the Yellowhammer State. Back again 18 years later.
As this pitch is taken out of the zone, it's Max Butenbach leading it off. In Nebraska, a program, Mark, again, we were just talking before the game how crazy it is these schools have never played one another in baseball. It's a team that has plenty of postseason experience, and one would think matchups like this would have happened more frequently. As we see a base knock here from Butenbach, and it's the 3rd.
Yeah, if you can give me anything, JJ, Major League Baseball is great. That's great. But give me Friday night baseball with 2 teams like this, Big Ten versus SEC, and 2 guys like this pitching. It's as fun as it gets if you like really, really good baseball.
Jeter Worthley is the batter.
Highly excited about this guy. Freshman, he's going to catch a little bit, DHing tonight. He's a guy they're excited about. The numbers don't look great yet, but it's 7 games in. They're very excited about him. One of the fastest guys on the team. Shows the bunt. I will say this, that's a pitch that Marciano was getting the first 2 starts. He was getting the inside corner against Youngstown State. I watched his game last week from Arlington. So far tonight, a couple of them have been really close. He hasn't gotten that corner yet. He needs that inner half to be successful.
Called strike, it's 1-1. Worthley, the starting catcher, young freshman from Lincoln, Nebraska, playing for his hometown school. His older brother, Jalen, is a pitcher on the Nebraska team. As this ball's bunted by Worthley, Marciano fields and throws to first.
I mean, he runs like a center fielder. That's what Coach Bolt was talking about. He's the fastest guy on the team. He catches.
He was,
crazy. Football player in high school, so just a good athlete. This was kind of a try to get a base hit. Don't just give it up. You can tell this is not all sack bunt. But look at him boogie.
Tremendous effort there getting down the line, and he did his job. Moves the base runner over into scoring position. So first time tonight, Nebraska's got a runner at second. As Butenbach runs there, and it's back over to the top of the order. Mac Moyer is the batter. He reached on an error his first time up.
There's the cutter. That's what's so good about these 2 guys is the pitches are really, really good. That was a nasty cut fastball. That's what we're going to see him do against the Nebraska left-handed, probably all lefties. He's going to mix fastball, cutter, and then go with the changeup more versus righties.
Runner at second, 0-1 pitch on the way.
There's another one.
Just off the plate this time, it's 1-1.
Really good take and a really good frame back there by Chase Fralick. This Moyer was the surprise of the team, according to Will Bolt. A guy that's really come on and stepped it up and didn't know if he'd be hitting, especially leadoff for them. He was at Oregon to begin his career, then went to San Jacinto, which is one of the top 5 junior colleges in the whole country out in Texas, and now right here at Nebraska. But he's a guy that's he's grown and evolved, and here he is hitting leadoff for what I think is, a regional team down the road.
A ball and 2 strikes, the 1-2. Hit on the ground right side. Bingaman fields it in foul territory, so the count remains a ball and 2 strikes.
So he's probably 21, 22 years old, so you can imagine his dad's been retired for a while, but he probably had, when he was old enough to see what was going on, probably had 6 or 7 years around big league players, listening to hitters talk and hanging out in the cages with, who knows, Hall of Famers and All-Stars. And so what a gift and training session, training ground that is for a young baseball player.
Hit to left field. Terrell's on the move, able to make the catch. Throws back into second, just a bit late. But a nice play there from Bub Terrell in left. Thought that ball might have got down for a moment off the bat.
Yeah, Butenbach got a big jump out there. I don't know where he was going, but he got a little too far, and Bub Terrell came to make a great play and then a good throw. And so a bang-bang play at second.
There's Jet Buck. Struck out looking his first time on a full count pitch. How about the third inning and already 40 pitches from Jake Marciano? As this ball's popped up in the air, foul territory right side. Bingaman on the way back and can't hold on to it, can't make the grab.
Heck of a play, and he got there between the wall and closing in on it, just couldn't make the play.
Almost felt like that ball was never going to come down.
Yeah, and a big break for Nebraska because that ends the inning. He got there, got it in the glove, just off the edge, so that's a big break.
Marciano thought that was going to be the third out of the inning. Again, the pitch count has been so impressive through his first 2 starts.
That's right.
To go so deep and already up to 41 in the game. 0-1 and offering to Buck. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Well, against any dominant guy, JJ, that's the #1 goal. You got to get the pitches up. Auburn's got a really good bullpen, but you want to get a legitimate Friday night guy up and out of the game as soon as possible. How do you do that? You battle with 2 strikes, you don't chase bad pitches, and you build the pitch count.
Marciano picks the strikeout. Nice offering there from Jake Marciano. He's cruising as we go to the bottom of the third.
Dominate the changeup there. Then Marciano here, he's going to come. There's the fastball middle in. Here comes the cutter. And then we get the changeup. Boop. Fastball up, forgive me. So just 2 guys dominate like we talked about. They are not disappointing.
Just 1 hit combined between the 2 of them. They've combined for 8 strikeouts already. So 1 Friday night guy matching the other.
And it's so exciting when you're the other pitcher and you're sitting over there. It's like the old ESPN thing. Anything you can do, I can do better, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was the saying back in the day, and that's what these 2 guys are saying. Okay, fine. Jake, here I come if you're Ty Horn.
So here in the third, Mason McCrane is leading it off, Auburn's right fielder.
It's a legitimate 3-pitch mix. That was a good changeup there from Horn. If you really watch Horn on the fastball.
Hard hit here from McCrane. Auburn's got the first base runner, first hit of the day for the Tigers.
Coach Thompson is high on the younger brother, Mason McCrane. Here comes the older brother, redshirt freshman Brandon McCrane, who equally went out to Arlington and had 7 hits last weekend. We got the Worthy brothers on the Nebraska side. We got the McCrane brothers on the Auburn side. These 2 guys are going to be some elite players in their Auburn careers.
Yeah, that's so cool. So Mason McCrane runs at first base. Brandon McCrane in the batter's box right now. And as you mentioned, Mark, we've got the Worthley brothers on Nebraska's squad. It's Ty Horn now. He's got to respond for the first time with the base runner on the first pitch.
Well, and all Brandon McCrane has done is hit. I saw him in January in scrimmage, and I really hadn't seen much because he was a freshman last year, but all he did in January was hit. All he's done, he stepped up when Chris Rember got hurt, went to second base. Coach Thompson said we've had him everywhere but pitching and catching, and he's proven. And he's just made the Auburn staff play him. You're not putting me on the bench. He's just hit.
And what about that number we just showed on the screen? 4 straight games with double-digit hits. As we see Mason McCrane take second. No one covered the bag.
It's a delay steal, JJ, and it's done to perfection by Gabe Gross. It's a delay steal, so it's a good secondary, unless he got a bad jump. It may have been a mistake delay steal, but regardless, it caught Nebraska a little bit asleep.
So now a runner in scoring position for Auburn, nobody out. Brandon's trying to drive his brother in. Mason runs at second. The McCrane brothers trying to provide some offense here for Auburn. So this one's out of the zone. We got to look at the delayed steal one more time. Look at this, Mark.
Watch the secondary lead. No, he went. So it was just miscommunication on the Nebraska defensive side there in the middle, because Mason McCrane didn't do a secondary hold and go like you would on delay steal. He just went. Fortunately for him, it worked out.
2-1 on the way. And Brandon fouls this one off.
And if you're a catcher in that situation, JJ, you're just throwing. You're throwing to the bag. Those guys have communicated. You'll see them put the glove up, the middle infielders, and they'll give an open or closed mouth, meaning, hey, you'll cover or I'll cover. That comes from the scouting report. And they just missed something there.
It's Jeter Worthley behind the dish. Carey, the shortstop for Nebraska, and Buck at second. 2-2 to McCrane. Thought about going, and he did not. First base umpire Mark Winters said he held up, and now the counts ran full.
Just such a mature hitter to only be really a freshman. I mean, he's a redshirt, but he didn't play last year. Didn't face Ty Horn type guys last year, and laying off a nasty cutter and the things he's doing, you don't see a lot with freshmen.
Payoff pitch, spoiled by Brandon McCrane.
Exactly right. You said it best. Again, another elite pitch by Horn. And when you're a pitcher and you just make 2 elite pitches and you still don't have a guy out, that can start to weigh on you. And again, Auburn building the pitch count here for Ty Horn, now almost to 40. So both offenses doing a good job of putting pitches in these 2 dominant Friday night guys.
7th pitch of the at-bat. Hit on the ground to short. Off the glove that time of Overbeek. Mason McCrane will take off towards third and be safe there. Auburn's going to have runners at the corners. Tigers have already committed 1 error in their infield, and now Nebraska does the same.
It was a tough hop. You'll see Overbeek. He tries to go with a stiff form and push through it. It's just a tough hop. It's a really, really tough play. That, to me, that could go either way. It's going to be called an error. It's a really tough play to make. He did the best he could to beat the hop. And both McCrane boys are safe.
So now runners at the corners. Nebraska calls time as we'll get a mound visit here. Worth noting, Mark, that our guy Ty Horn looks like he's got a bandana possibly underneath that ball cap now, trying to make sure the hat doesn't keep flying off.
Something to tighten it up, right? Baby pins, whatever it takes, pine tar.
It's a good shot from our crew there.
Rob Childers, that's, I don't know, 30 years, head coach, pitching coach, been all over the place, small schools, worked his way up to big schools. Had a great run at Texas A&M as the head coach, and now the pitching coach. So for him, less pressure. Don't have to do the head coach stuff. Can just be a pitching coach.
A little pat on the arm there for Ty Horn as Childress exits. Such a decorated coaching career for Rob Childress. Over 600 wins there at A&M. Took the Aggies to multiple Men's College World Series. And now just a great addition for Will Bolt to have on his staff.
Well, and just very similar to Butch Thompson, very poised. You don't see a whole lot more than that right there. Just calm and cooled, and been doing it so long, don't get fired up about much of anything. Just maintain. Good cutter.
Runners at the corners as Ryan Farber takes strike 1.
So what's Gabe Gross going to do here? You got your number 9 guy up, top of the orders on deck, obviously with Bristol Carter. So he could bunt a runner over and leave Mason McCrane standing at third.
Could throw back to first.
Brandon McCrane runs really well, so you could do a straight steal. There's lots of options. This is fun for an offensively minded guy like Gabe Gross, because he can pick on what he wants to do to get the runners moving.
Time called as Brandon McCrane trying to clean up some dirt over there in his first base path. And we've still got time from the first base side, making sure Horn sees it.
Everybody at home plate was ready to go, but the first base umpire was like, hang on a second, timeout.
Ty Horn's just ready to get back to work.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you notice him. He doesn't leave that rubber. He gets the ball and goes back to work.
Throw over.
Really good feet, really good pick. And what he's saying there is, I'm not letting you get comfortable over there, Brandon McCray. I'm going to make sure whatever you try to do, you know I can pick you. So keep that in mind.
Case Sanderson holding him on, the first baseman for Nebraska. 0-1. A bunt here from Farber. It's going to land foul. How about the leap from behind the dish there from Worthley?
Athlete,
he told
right?
us he was an athlete.
We saw him run. Now we see him dive. And Ty Horn is sitting right around a 1.1 to the plate, which is just electric quick to the plate. So it really takes away, I think, the straight steal from Gabe Gross. Excuse me. But he is ultra quick to the plate, giving Auburn no time to try to steal.
No balls and 2 strikes.
The bunt makes sense to me here.
This one's high in the zone. Yeah, look at what Worthley's able to do behind the plate. I mean, this is just athletic.
Crouch down, got to get up.
Really able to come up with it. Here's a throwback.
It's just good, what we call holding the runner. It's a good package that Ty Horn has. They know McCrane can run, and it's just, he's going to wear him out over there. He's going to pick, he's going to be quick to the plate. It's a great package for him.
Here's a 1-2 pitch. It's inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Mark, unlike the big leagues, there's no rule over the number of times that you could throw over there at first base.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, right there, he was a little higher leg kick. And I've never loved that because I think it changes the timing. You go quick one, a little slow the other. There's a little higher leg kick.
Farber with the deep drive to center field. Moyer drifting back. He's got it. But we'll see Mason McCrane tag and score. Auburn's got the lead over Nebraska. First run of the game, touches home.
Yeah, good baseball by Ryan Farber. Just did what he needed to do. Get a pitch, hit it deep, drive the run home. Good station to station, drive a run in baseball.
Got to be exactly what Auburn was looking for.
And I think it was a changeup, which might have been a little more favorable for Farber. And he did his job. 2-strike hitting, hit it deep, drive the run in.
Therefore, back to the top of the order we go. It's a 1-0 lead here for Auburn, and Bristol Carter bats for the second time today. Here's a bunt that Horn's going to field, falls to his seat, and everybody's going to be safe. Horn will be safe to get up. Lost his footing, telling the training staff,
yeah, get out of here.
I don't need you.
The dew has started to fall. It's damp, and there he goes. Just got his feet out from under him. Can happen to anybody. Unfortunate. Watch this guy get on the line. We talked about Worthley. Auburn's got one too.
As we can see Ty Horn. If people could have also seen that conversation he had with the athletic trainer, that just speaks to his competitiveness.
Get out
he
of here.
wanted nothing to do with that conversation.
Come near me.
I am A-OK.
He's got to make some pitches. He's in a tough spot here with a really good hitter up for Auburn. The good news is he's 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning.
Freilich here is. Horn's got to throw off. You talked about that opening weekend, Mark.
That came in maybe 2 years ago. When a pitcher picks, he can no longer arm fake. I don't know why, but you have to throw it. I think it's called a ball if you don't. So he threw it there to get rid of it.
Runners at first and second. First pitch to Freilich. Runs inside.
I tell you, the Auburn hitters, they really do it really. They wear you out. I don't want to say really twice in the same sentence, but they wear you out on not chasing pitches you hope they do, if that makes sense. That was a good pitch, and Freilich laid off of it.
Bit of a shift in place here for Freilich as he fouls this one off, and he's going to be in some pain.
Foot, shin, something. You know, sitting up where we're sitting, JJ, we can see footprints on the grass. That's how heavy the dew is. You can see where Horn slipped, and there's footprints now on the grass telling you how slick that grass is. I would imagine he has metal cleats on, and they just didn't serve him there. Look at Ty Horn. Nobody else is ready but Ty
He's all
Horn.
ready to go.
You talk about a competitor. This guy could be
awesome.
a linebacker for the Cornhusker football team. He is flat ready to get after it.
Freilich finally will step back into the batter's box. 1-1 with 1 down.
Change the looks. That's good. It's
Another
good
throwback.
It's good baseball. Just don't want to give Auburn anything, any crack that can pick up on timing you or getting you in a pattern. And Horn doing a good job of changing his looks to third or second.
I'm also noticing the proud Texan that Ty Horn is. He's got the state flag on the back of his glove. This is a strike. We mentioned the Texas roots that he's got with pitching coach Rob Childress.
Yep.
It's on the other side of the glove there. You were able to briefly see it, but
lived in College Station for a while.
A proud Texan through and through.
Yep.
The 1-2 on the way. This one's in the dirt, low.
Boy, what a great job there by Worthley. That's a tough pitch. Looked like maybe a changeup, backdoor breaking ball in the dirt, and he just smothered it. If it gets away from him, Nebraska's got trouble now with no double play in order. Freshman back there working hard.
2-2. Inside, and the count's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Climbing now to 50 pitches. So Auburn doing their job of getting pitches in the #1 guy. And the command this inning not quite as solid as it was for Ty Horn the first 2 innings. He's a high energy guy, a lot of effort. We saw the head kind of snapping, the hat falling off earlier. And those guys can be a little shaky at times with their command.
Payoff. That's ball 4. Freilic's gonna walk and the bases are loaded.
Such a patient, professional at bat by Chase Freilich. And there was 3 pitches in that at bat. They were just really good quality pitches, and he did not bite. That was a cutter right there with 2 strikes and in, and Freilich didn't even offer, just took it, get the wall.
Now the pressure will ramp up for Ty Horn. The #3 batter, Eric Guevara, up to the plate. 0 for 1 of the days. He grounded out to short to end the first inning. Bases loaded, and Jeter Worthley behind the plate will call time. Nebraska might be having some pitch comm issues here.
Looks like he's going. He just want to make sure he had it right. Went over to talk to Coach Childress about just the scouting report on Guevara and how they were going to approach him. For Ty Horn, it's 1 pitch, JJ. It's just 1 good pitch to a good spot. You get a ground ball, the inning's over.
This one gets past Worthley, but a hard ricochet off the backstop. No chance of Auburn scoring there. Look at this.
Definitely a cross-up. A bad pitch to start with, but a cross-up. Worthley didn't have any idea what that was.
He's fortunate that ball ricocheted
you're
right back to him.
breaking ball, get 93 at your head.
1-0, hit hard out in the left field. 1 run will score. Auburn will send Bristol Carter to the plate. The throw home is cut off. 3-0 Auburn here on the RBI single from Eric Guevara.
Guevara's been a favorite of mine. He got a breaking ball, and it's up and in the middle, and he's just a really good hitter. He's been a favorite of mine since he got here 2 years ago, and now he's a junior, and just shot one through the hole. Bristol Carter way too fast to throw out from second base on a single.
3 runs already home here in the 3rd. Bub Terrell swing and a miss, 0-1.
If there's one thing you might pick on a little bit with Ty Horn, it looks like maybe the emotions are getting the best of him right now. He's kind of letting this situation, we throw the ball to the backstop, and he's ready when nobody else is. Just need to kind of settle down a little bit.
Pitch inside, and it's 1-1.
And that's where, JJ, when you're more of a max effort guy, and then the emotions get the best of you, now you become a little more. You see what's happening there now with the strikeouts early, then all of a sudden 3 hits, and it's his intensity I think he's kind of lost control of right here.
Yeah, those numbers, such a different story. First 6 batters to last 6. Terrell hits this one down the left field line, and it's foul.
Yeah, no doubt. And I just would point kind of the finger at the emotions. And now his pitch count is getting towards 60 here in just the 3rd inning. So now, in Coach Childress' mind, you are starting to look, okay, who do we relieve first? Because the pitch count's building. You don't want to get down too far, not with the way Jake Marciano's throwing the baseball.
And already 27 pitches in this 3rd inning alone, compared to what we saw the first 6 batters versus the last 6. This ball hit the other way. Terrell's got a base knock. Auburn's going to wave Chase Freilich to the plate. He'll score on an RBI from Bub. 4-0 Tigers. Auburn Auburn has figured out something here with Ty Horn on the mound.
Well, they've gotten pitches over the plate. Watch this pitch. This is a mistake. Horn just right over the middle for Bub Terrell. He's just too good to do that. The outfielder slips, and then the outfielder comes up throwing to the third baseman, Overbeek, and he's not looking. And the ball, fortunately, hits Overbeek, ricochets to the pitcher, and doesn't get away for another run to score.
Yeah, Will Jeske lost his footing out there in left field. As now we see the sprint. This is our favorite part of college baseball, Mark. Out to the bullpen go the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Look at them run. They got to get to work.
Yeah, it's not favorite if you're the pitching coach or the pitcher to watch that happen. But, you know, again, I think in the development of Ty Horn, he's still developing. It's just the emotions have gotten the best of him here. He's gone to the overthrow, and now he's missing over the middle, and Auburn's just too good to no matter how hard the velocity is, to miss over the plate.
So Bingaman at the plate. 4-0 the Auburn lead. All 4 runs have scored here in this third inning. Pitch to Ethan Bingaman's up high in the zone. And this was a game, Mark, where we didn't know if we'd see large run-scoring innings like this.
As usually, I'm wrong. I'm like 0 for 98 in my 10 years here, but I thought it would be a game. So credit the Auburn offense for really working a really good pitcher and working him over a little bit now. Got him on the string right here.
An hour gone by in tonight's game. 4 runs across to score here in the third for Auburn. Pitch home to Bingaman, just above the hands.
Really patient. To be a freshman and to take that pitch. It was a good pitch over the middle, kind of a backup breaking ball, and he did not even offer. That's what's jumping out so far. The patience of the Auburn hitters.
Bingaman hits this ball to right field. Butenbach is there, he'll put it away. Auburn's gonna tag Guevara and advance to third. So the Tigers will now have runners at the corners as Chris Rembert, the 9th batter of the inning, comes up to the plate.
Never saw this coming.
All 9 batters have come to bat for Auburn here in the third.
The first 2 innings for Ty Horn, I never saw this coming. So you just have to really give credit to the Auburn offense. We picked on them a little bit about not being so great at home. Well, they've been really, really good this inning against a really good guy, a guy that's going to be a big-time pitcher across the spring.
Runners at the corners for Chris Rembert. Hits this ball to second and caught there by Buck. Nebraska finally a sigh of relief as we'll go to the 4th inning. 4 runs for Auburn here in the third. The hits finally came through.
Yeah, you're good.
Guevara, a pair driven in. Bub Terrell excited. Tigers leading by 4. 4 runs in 1 inning, certainly going to jump out when you look at a Friday night like this. And Mark Fuller, our team was able to pull this together. Last season, in all of Division I baseball, teams that score 3+ runs in an inning had a 70% chance of winning that game.
And I would have said an hour ago, that's not going to happen tonight. And it may not happen, but Auburn scored 4 against a guy that I just didn't think was going to have that kind of a night. But the Auburn offense, credit to them.
The answer might be obvious, but what is it about those big innings that you think leads to so many wins for a team?
It's momentum. You know, I think it's just the fact that a big inning is 3 or more, and you get 3 or more, and there's momentum. And it's hard to recover from that, especially if you have really good pitching, and Auburn does.
Case Sanderson, first baseman for Nebraska, leads it off here in the 4th.
Good for Marciano. He sits over there. It's cool tonight. He sat over there for probably 20, 25 minutes trying to keep warm. Comes right out, strike 1, strike 2. That is the difference in a guy on Friday night and maybe a guy on Sunday. He comes right out and just claims the momentum and the control of the game.
0-2 off the plate.
There's something about the reaction as you watch the hitter's body language against Marciano. They just don't see the ball. You know, when guys really see it, you can just tell, JJ, in the rhythm of their mechanics where they go, they just don't pick this ball up. They stop and start, look very unsure.
Check swing here from Sanderson.
Man.
He did not go. That's third base umpire Zach Neff.
See right there, you see Sanderson, he's feeling for this. He's not quite sure. And I don't know, that was a pretty good pitch.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 on the way as this one hops up to the plate and the count's full. So much isolation for you pitchers, Mark, when your team's out there batting offensively. Some of these guys just bury themselves in the dugout. Jake Marciano now ready to step back up and go to work.
Absolutely. Get over in your corner and hide and let them score runs and go back to work. But a chance here for Nebraska, 3-2 count.
Ball hit back up the middle. Farber able to stop it with his glove, but no play to be made. That was a hard hit ball. That was almost an impossible play for Farber to make in regards to getting the out.
Well, they had him shifted right. If he's not shifted, he's playing the normal shortstop 6-hole. It's a base hit all the way. But he shifted, and it just, ball was smoked. It kind of short hopped him.
What if we told folks this? Nebraska now, here in the 4th, has had the leadoff man reach every single inning so far.
Against Jake Marciano, not just against anybody. Now, they need to put something on the board.
Here's Overbeek.
Auburn comes out and scores 4. You can take the momentum right away, or at least level it out. You come out and put something on the board and keep yourself in the game and not feel like you let an opportunity miss. They've had runners, now they got to turn them into something.
Throw over here for Marciano. Overbeek was hit by a pitch his first time up. Look at that pine tar on the helmet.
Yeah, here's how he's described by Coach Bolt. Embodies the Cornhusker way. He's the alpha dog, and the helmet tells you that. When you see that kind of helmet, this is a George Brett kind of personality here.
Here's one inside to Overbeek. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
Funny what you can tell just sitting up here looking, just body language, the way guys look. I can see the alpha dog in number 4 here at home plate for the Cornhuskers.
Auburn's number 4 is on the mound throwing. He's able to blow that one by him. It's 2-1.
It's always been a great name to say, Cornhuskers. I just, from the time I was a kid watching them, their football program was so good back then. It's just always been just kind of an infectious logo branding. I've always loved to say it. Pitch.
2-2. I've never had that thought, Mark, but I can't argue.
It's a random thought. I thought I'd share it with you. The Cornhusker fans like it, JJ. It doesn't matter if you don't. They're out there listening to us going, yeah, I agree with that guy, whoever he is. Look for the changeup here. Great time for Marciano to turn one over on Overbeek.
2-2, as this one's going to be fouled back. Let's look in the Nebraska dugout. It's Ty Horn, again, so filthy through the first 2 innings. The first 6 batters he faced, and then you can see he's going through it over there.
He is, and I don't know if he's out or not, but he may get a chance to run back out there again. That's what you want when you have a bad inning. It's just, hey, give me one more, I'll get it right. I'm sure that's going through his mind.
Swing and a miss. Overbeek down on strikes. Marciano fooled him with something.
Cutter, slider, cutter, breaks it down and in on the shoes. You're trying to guard against the changeup away, and he throws this to you.
No thanks.
No, it's pretty good. It's coming in on his hands, and it's down. And Chase Fralick just doesn't get enough credit for the good job he does back there blocking those kind of pitches. 81, 82 miles an hour in the dirt with a runner on first, and you just smother it. Lots and lots of reps with Carl Nunemaker off the machine.
Dylan Carey, the batter. Takes strike 1.
Good pitch. You just, that's the breaking ball. You just can't count on anything from Marciano. That's what keeps a hitter's mind kind of juggling. You just can't sit in that dugout and talk to the other guys and count on getting this pitch and this count because he commands all 3.
0-1 pitch. Fouled back. And quickly, Marciano's ahead 0-2 against Dylan Carey.
Throws the breaking ball in, then jams him with an 89-mile-an-hour fastball in. And now as a hitter, you're just spinning because you're just hoping for a mistake. Something over the plate.
No balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first, 1 down. Nebraska's gotten the leadoff runner on every inning so far, but no runs to show for.
Marciano had 71 strikeouts last year at Virginia Tech. Pitched 60 innings for Tech as a freshman, and then went in the portal. So he's a strikeout guy. He was a strikeout guy as a freshman and doing it again this year at Auburn.
1 ball and 2 strikes. And a foul ball.
The rare mistake there, but up above the hands. And you know, if you're Carey, you're in 2-strike mode now, so you really can't look here or there. You got to defend that 18-inch hexagon. Is that what it is? That was really good at my geometry. I think that's what it is. Home plate. And just battle. Start number 3. You figure the pitch count, it's not a concern really. as long as it's not a real long inning for Coach Tieford, pitching coach, and Coach Thompson. But you know, anytime you get to around 90, whether it's early or late in the season, you start thinking about the bullpen. He's at 60.
Dylan Carey takes this one up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's a good at bat. He's fouled some pitches off. He's taken some tough pitches, has Dylan Carey.
7th pitch of the at bat coming up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's a throw over. Now it's time for me to correct you.
Please
Pentagon.
I'm sorry.
Hexagon, 6 sides.
What did I call it?
You said hexagon, 6 sides. Pentagon,
Pentagon.
5 sides.
Thanks.
For home plate.
Okay. Like the Pentagon in Washington, D.C.
Yep.
Mind
the
you.
more we know.
Great take.
Down in the zone and the count's full.
You get all kind of education here on the broadcast. Y'all hang in with us. It's not just baseball when you have J.J. Jackson in the booth.
Delivering lessons. Making my father, the educator, proud.
Geometry 101 here on a Friday night.
Payoff. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Jake Marciano.
It's a 9-pitch at bat. And I would say maybe Carey's mind drifted away a little bit to an off-speed pitch, and he got a fastball in the half. Watch the swing. The delayed reaction kind of tells you I'm looking soft, I'm kind of cheating a little bit, and he got what he wasn't looking for. The weather's cold up there in New Jersey, where Jake Marciano's from, but he should be warming his town up a little bit. They should have a little heat going around the TV set the way he's pitching.
Ball hit well, left field. Terrell back at the wall. This one off the wall. Cole Kitchens, a double here for Nebraska, and the Cornhuskers are on the board.
That's a good break. Got a good pitch for him. Down and in did Cole Kitchens, and just hung it up enough to keep it away from Bub Terrell. Off the wall. Nebraska's on the board.
First pitch swinging. Terrell almost leaped and caught it, but Nebraska's able to make Auburn pay. Push the run across.
Yeah, it's a big run. It's a really big run. Auburn throws up 4. They have all the momentum. Jake Marciano's cruising through the inning, and then Cole Kitchens comes up and says, let me get one for the Cornhuskers, and he did. So it just steals a little bit back for the Nebraska Red.
And Mark, just the 2nd earned run that Jake Marciano has given up this season. Here's Jeske, the left fielder. RBI double for Cole Kitchens puts Nebraska on the board, as Jeske has this one out of the zone. Fralick can't hold on to it, and we see Kitchens take 3rd.
Don't say that very often, do we? The ball getting away from Fralick was a tough pitch in the dirt. He just got away from him and enough to move the runner over. So now with 2 outs, Nebraska with another chance to cut that lead in half.
Good base running.
Well, gosh, he just missed it. I thought it bounced, but he just kicked off his glove and missed the rare miss there.
See Auburn pitching coach Everett Tieford out to chat with his battery, and the corner infielders will come in. Here's the message from Tieford. You ready? He's telling him, you see that Pentagon 60 feet away? Throw it over.
Yeah. And they're going, huh?
Yeah.
What?
You see that plate shaped like a pentagon? Look at that thing, Mark.
There it is.
Throw it across.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. Yeah, you see that. Coach Thompson really had great things to say about Everett Tieford. The way Auburn pitched out in Arlington, he was really talking highly about not only the pitching coach that he is, but the analytical mind. He pitched in the big leagues, Georgia Southern guy, and just really talked a lot. And you don't hear a lot of that from head coaches this early in the season, but really feels great about how he settled in here as a pitching coach. And it's now his pitching staff, and it shows.
2-0 pitch to Jeske. Out in front. What a pitch from Marciano.
2-0 breaking ball. How about that? You do have an open base. Yeah, because if you're Jeske, you're sitting dead red fastball. You have to, and you get this. Just good pitching. Can he shoot one through here with 2 outs?
Another swing, very similar to the one that we saw from Jeske a moment ago on a similar pitch.
And it's too slow to be the hard slider, cutter look. It's more of a breaking ball.
Now does he rev it up?
He's got some options. He can elevate it. The way those 2 swings have gone, I don't know if I wouldn't be tempted to throw it again. It's maybe a little lower.
2 balls, 2 strikes. This one's down in the zone, and he did not offer, according to first base umpire Mark Winters.
That was the changeup.
Full
Trace
count.
Fralick thought it. Watch the reaction. Here you see it. We're going to look at it. It's a really good changeup. See if we can get Chase Fralick. He comes out of there. I mean, look at him. And then when it's called no, you love your catcher doing that.
Going to war for his pitcher.
That's right.
So this one's hit foul.
So it's been 3 consecutive breaking balls and a changeup.
Now
It's a
70
3-2 count.
pitches
Yep.
for Marciano.
Great job by Nebraska, much like Auburn against Ty Horn, the pitch count, right?
4-1 our score. Auburn leading Nebraska here in the top of the 4th.
See if we get a fastball in the inner half, JJ. It's about time for that.
Payoff. Hit high and deep to left center field. At the wall, Bub Terrell leaps up and it's off his glove. The second run in to score for Nebraska. They've cut the Auburn lead in half. It's 4-2. Bub Terrell nearly came up with it. Jeske nearly touched them all on a home run.
Yep,
wow.
Sure did. Could have gone either way, couldn't it? And we said it all night long. Great at-bats. Jeske battled, and that's what Nebraska's done from the first pitch, is they have battled in their at-bats, and now it's paying off. That's 2 tough balls for Bub Terrell. It's the whole decision of, do I go, do I stay, what do I do? You try to go make the play with 2 outs, and just couldn't quite get there.
You're hitting it to the deepest part of the park, trying to put some damage in for Nebraska's. Butenbach will come up to the plate. And how big are these 2 runs for Nebraska in response?
Huge, huge.
Off Auburn's Friday night guy.
It's a great answer by this offense. I don't think there was any panic with the 4-run inning. And what it does, it gives Ty Horn some juice too. JJ, it gives him in that dugout like, okay, my boys just picked me up, here I come. Let's see how he comes out when this inning ends. If they don't score more, how he comes out and gets the ball.
2 strikeouts already this inning for Marciano. He's got 6 on the game. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch home. Gets past Fralick, the catcher. A nice ricochet as the throw to third is off the mark. And so moving up to third base is Jeske. But Auburn nearly was able to get the third out there. As we can see,
Look at that.
Jake Marciano earned a run breakdown from the first 2 starts compared to just this inning.
He threw a changeup against Youngstown State in the 2nd inning of the first game and hit it out. And that was it through the next, I don't know what it's been, 15, 16 innings. And tonight, Nebraska's just gone out and earned it because he's good. Marciano's been good, and the Nebraska offense has been really good as well to scratch out 2, shooting for 3 here.
Pitch number 75. There's strike 3. 7th strikeout of the day for Jake Marciano. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Nebraska back in it. 4-2 our score. Saw the first 6 batters of the game all retired, but in the 3rd inning, it was a different story. All 9 batters came to the plate, and Auburn pushed across 4 runs.
Yeah, great inning for the Auburn offense. They did it with good at-bats against good pitches. And you see what they did there now, and that hasn't happened to Ty Horn very often. And that guy right there, Guevara, was the guy that got it going for him. So here's my question of the inning. Did Ty Horn get control of his emotions, JJ, in the dugout, and can he settle back in now? He's got a tremendous opportunity. His boys just picked him up. That's what you do in this game. You pick your guys up, and the offense did, and his job now is settle back down and make pitches.
Yeah, that was cool to see. Nothing in 1 here to Mason McCrane as this one nearly hits him. He's able to hop over, but for Ty Horn, I mean, it's the exact same situation. You're starting with the same man because all 9 guys came to bat the first time. Here's a do-over opportunity, so to speak. And as you said, Nebraska gets him 2 runs back.
It's a good pitch, really good changeup. And I'm just guessing, but I would imagine somewhere along the way in that inning, Coach Childress walked over, rubbed him on the back. Hey, man, settle down, get your breath. We're going to be fine. And here he comes out making us a good pitch there. 2 really good pitches to Mason McCrane, a good take.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Mason McCrane singled his first time up and scored a run. He's fouling this one off.
Got
And
away
the count
with
remains
one there.
2-2.
And changeup up to a big swinging Mason McCrane, but he slowed the body down with the changeup. He slowed the bat down just enough to foul it off and not get hurt by it. He's an intense guy. You can see it. I love it. Intense guys have to make sure they keep their intensity under control.
2-2. Mason McCrane strikes out swinging. Ty Horn gets a big punch out. It's a good response from the right-hander.
It's huge. It's huge. First out inning is huge. This is the cutter. Running right in there on Mason McCrane's hands, a really good pitch. And that's what veteran guys do. Veteran guys have an inning, okay, fine. They settle in, come back, and they start making good pitches. And he did that right there on that at-bat. 5
strikeouts now for Ty Horn on the night. And as we showed you a little bit ago, Auburn just 1 for 4 so far, getting the leadoff runner on base. Compared to Nebraska, all 4 times the leadoff man's
finally paid off, too. We talked about that. It paid off for him that inning. They took advantage of it.
So Brandon McCrane at the plate. Pitch home. 2 balls and no strikes.
2 cutters in a row. Ty Horn's got good stuff. Both these guys have good stuff. A credit to the offenses for scoring 6 runs here through 3+ innings.
2-0 pitch. Inside ball 3.
Just want to try to have a scoreless frame if you can. Really a runnerless frame if you can, and he didn't.
Ball 4. It's a walk for Brandon McCrane. And Auburn's got a base runner.
And Farber kind of got it going last inning. He got a 2-strike pitch, change up, got the barrel to it, got a sacrifice fly to center field, and got things rolling for the Auburn offense.
Here's Ryan Farber. First offering. Low and inside for ball 1. Farber had a sacrifice fly his last time up, drove in the game's first run.
There you see what he did last year. He played at Texas State, transferred in, and they really feel like he's their best defender in the infield. Carl Nunemaker saying that a few weeks ago.
1-0 pitch home. Hit on the ground right side. Buck moves over, makes the play. Brandon McCrane advances to second base, but that's the second out for Nebraska.
It's really a good at-bat. Despite being the second out, he got a change up, was that early, but it gets the top of the order up, and it gets Bristol Carter up, and Ty Horn now, for the 3rd time in 4 innings, has got to deal with Bristol Carter. And Bristol Carter's cost Ty Horn about 14 pitches, 12 pitches, and 2 at-bats.
Auburn's leadoff man is going to make you work. We've known that to be true, as Carter had a successful bunt his last time up. This one he pops up foul.
Yeah, there was the bunt where Ty Horn slipped on the moist grass, and so Carter taking advantage of that. You can see the moisture building, more and more as we sit up here and look down the grass. So that's what Bristol Carter can do. But again, he hit a ball out last week in Arlington, a huge stadium, so he can do a lot.
0-1 pitch, off and out of the zone.
And you know he's going to do it. Nebraska knows he's going to do it. But with 2 outs, you don't want to give up too much. Because if they draw in and he hits one past them, now a run's going to score. So if you're Nebraska, you got to honor it. Maybe even give up the bunt single to not give up the double or single to score the run.
1 ball, 1 strike. Carter with the base hit back up the middle. Brandon McCrane's going to be waved to the plate. An RBI single for Bristol Carter. Look at Auburn's center fielder. That was a belly flop back into the first base bag.
Just effort all over the place. And again, Nebraska with a chance to kind of get it back, fastball up, and he shoots it right back through the middle for a run.
Bristol Carter drives in a run. The flop he had to land on first.
It's a huge answer. Nebraska was just about out of it, but with 2 out RBIs, Auburn didn't let him get out, and that'll be the end of Ty Horn's night.
Pitching change here for Nebraska after 5 hits and 5 strikeouts. The problem, 4 earned runs across for Ty Horn. And Auburn's got a 5-2 lead over Nebraska. Cornhuskers go to the bullpen. A new arm coming in. After his first couple of starts, Ty Horn had a 1.86 ERA for Nebraska. Different story tonight, 3 2/3 against Auburn. 4 earned runs across, 5 punch-outs. Things got a little difficult for him there. against this Auburn offense. A new arm comes in to pitch here for Nebraska, and freshman left-hander Chase Olson by way of Missouri, 5'11", 175 on the bump. Number 41 throwing from the left side. And
just 2 innings so far, so a young season for a young guy, and a tough atmosphere. He's got a big crowd. The things are kind of rolling. It's loud. And back to Ty Horn. He'll learn from this, but I would think in the 3rd inning, he let frustration get the best of him. And before he knew it, against a team like Auburn, you can't do that. Before he knew it, he was headed to the bench. But he'll learn from it. He'll be better for it. But right now, it's in the hands of Mr. Olson to see if he can get this last out and keep that Auburn score at 5-2.
And he's going to go left on left here against Chase Fralick. Pretty tough matchup for a young freshman to get started here on a Friday night against
And that's
Mr.
the matchup
Fralick.
you want. We don't have any numbers on the velocity or anything, so we'll all learn together here for Olson and see what he's got.
And we'll see a throw over here from Olson. So we take a look at our breakdown of the game tonight. First 2 innings, so much different from what we've seen in the last inning and a half.
Yeah, my expertise. It's going to be a 3-2 ball game. Maybe not. Good call, Fuller.
5-2 the Auburn lead. Cardor is going to be thrown out. A pickoff there from Olson. Doesn't even have to throw a pitch to the plate. And Nebraska gets the final out of the inning. We go to the 4th. Auburn leads 5-2. Facing off for the first time ever, it's the SEC versus the Big Ten. And head coach Will Bolt talking with us about just the improvements that the Big Ten has seen. You can see here visually ranked amongst other conferences since 2021. Things have gotten much better since the Big Ten expanded.
Yeah, he talked about, they don't have what the SEC has, every single game shown on the ESPN app, but they're working with Fox Sports app, and now they're having more games shown. So he's one of the guys who's really pushing hard for the Big Ten to become even or catch up with maybe the ACC, the SEC, the Big 12. They should be. It's a great conference. It's a great baseball conference, and it should be. And he's encouraged, I think, by what he's seeing. He said last year they had an 11-day road trip, and he said, hey, guys, let's don't do that again, because it was brutal.
That's the one piece of this, that there is conversation in the Big Ten. I mean, geographically, when you look at so many teams in the Midwest, and then you add the likes of USC, UCLA in California,
absolutely,
Oregon and Washington, it sets up for Nebraska being the first team to have one of those 11-day road trips last season.
Rutgers, right? Selected in New York. God, that's a long way to travel on an airplane. You got to do it for multiple days.
And then as he's quick to remind people on a 1-1 here to Jeter Worthley, these guys do still have things like class that they've got to take care of academically as well.
Yep.
It's
I
not
guess
just
now
all fun and games on the road.
I guess now we live in the online world because of COVID.
Right.
These kids have learned they can go to school on their computers, and they probably have academic advisors travel with them. So a lot of safeguards to make sure they do get the education.
The ball and 2 strikes to Jeter Worthley. This is the 5th inning of work for Jake Marciano. Swing and a miss. A strikeout. 1 down as we take a look at the new teams in the Big Ten, Mark Fuller. And for the most part, all these squads fared pretty nicely. Oregon and UCLA split a share of the Big Ten regular season title.
22-8. Some pretty good names right there added to it. So yes, you're right. They've done a great job of adding the teams. Now it's a 6-bid league. Now it's about a matter of filling those bids and getting the super regionals and starting to build. That's what the SEC's done. They've just done it by winning.
Washington, the worst of the bunch, finished 5th in the standings. So the 4 new additions, they all finished in the top 5 in the rebuilt Big Ten.
You want to establish yourself? Do what the SEC's done. 6 national championships in a row, right?
Mac Moyer in the batter's box, hitting for the 3rd time today. This is Nebraska's leadoff man.
The poise of Jake Marciano. Nothing has bothered him. Gave up a couple runs last inning, comes right back out, gets ahead, gets an out. Still making good pitches. That'll be a tough ball here.
As Carter races in, dives after it, and it's off his glove. And Carter is down. Bristol Carter is down and grabbing his shoulder. That was all-out effort from Auburn's center fielder. Mac Moyer is going to be safe at first, but the immediate concern for Auburn is Bristol Carter in center field.
He extended out that arm to make the catch. And Coach Thompson and athletic trainer go out and check on him. And the first thing you're checking for or asking is, did you feel it pop out? That's probably the first question from Anthony is, did you feel it pop out? And he's just trying to evaluate now what's going on in there. But not a good look right now for Auburn. And as explosive as he's been offensively.
And you've talked about Bristol Carter a lot, Mark, as you say, he's a tough ball player.
He changed the whole tune last weekend. He went to the leadoff spot. They won all 3 games in Arlington. So for Auburn, you hope it's just maybe one of those stingers like they get in football, hit the ground so hard.
Here's a look.
And you see him roll over the right arm.
Just collided real hard. And Bristol Carter's been given a baseball.
This will tell it all here. The first couple of throws, can he be normal? That's all you want to see, because they're not going to leave somebody out there if he can't be. So yeah, looks like he could be okay. Throwing motion's good. I'm good. Stinger, hit the ground and everything kind of jars. So fortunate, very fortunate for Auburn and anybody watching this game that loves good baseball.
See the Auburn trainer Anthony Sanderson, Butch Thompson, the head coach, running off. A little cardio for Coach Thompson.
Yeah.
In his 11th season now as Auburn's head coach.
Well, and you know what? Yes, he's an important player, but that's the way he cared to run all the way out there to check on a player. He would have done it for any one of the 9 and any one of the dugouts. Not just because Bristol Carter is a really good player doing a good job. It's because he's one of his kids. You come to Auburn, you become one of Coach Thompson's kids. My son played here, and he still will tell you that. You're one of his kids.
Runner at first now as Moyer's there. This ball hit hard by Buck and foul down the left field line.
This Nebraska offense is not going away. They just have to be able to stop it on the mound side, the defensive side, and make pitches. If they'll just give, the pitching staff will just give this offense a chance. They're not going away. Marciano's not far, I don't think, from being out of this game, around 83 pitches, so climbing in. I wouldn't expect him to go anything over 100, so that's not very far away, which means you open up to the bullpen. Auburn is down 2 guys tonight that pitched on Wednesday. They had to go Wednesday against Georgia, West Georgia for the win, so they're not available tonight.
There's a pitch inside, and it's 1-1. For those concerned, Mark, with the scoring decision, it was a hit given to
100%.
Mac Moyer.
Yeah.
Effort in center field from Bristol Carter. No error charge, so hit earned by Mac Moyer. This ball hit to center. Carter's going to be tested immediately, and a nice job.
I mean, you got to love the game. The very first ball hit is hit to a guy that just had a minor injury, and he goes out there and catches it, throws it in. I'm good, no problem.
You can see, though, he's still kind of going through it.
I'm going to bet we've never had a baseball game where you have 2 guys first name Jet in it. Jet Buck for Nebraska just flew out. And then the first reliever we think we might see for Auburn is Jet Johnston. And Jet Johnston was at Texas A&M. So I don't think that's ever happened. Back to the Babe Ruth days. 2 Jets in 1 game.
Check the record books.
Please do. Our crackpot production team over there.
As we see this
They'll
one
find it
out of the zone.
I promise you, JJ.
Now you're really testing them, Mark.
They're running like crazy right
request.
now. They're typing it in and doing what they do so well.
Case Sanderson ahead of ball and no strikes.
Oh, the pitch.
1-1.
There's no answer for that.
He painted the outside corner.
You're right. It's on the black. It's on the corner. It's at the knees. There's no answer for a hitter, especially with a 1-0 count.
Two outs, the 1-1. Here's strike 2.
Breaking ball up a little bit. Maybe got away with a mistake. Sometimes those breaking balls up and in, kind of a front door breaking ball, work better than the ones that are down and away. And that one did.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch. Off the plate and away. Chase Freilich thought Mac Moyer might have taken off.
Yeah, I don't know if Binghamton might have yelled going. There was a fake break over there. So I don't know, but he was ready to throw, wasn't he?
The 90th pitch of the night coming from Jake Marciano. And it's a strikeout. Jake Marciano fired up. A punch out for Auburn's starting pitcher to end the top half of the 5th inning. Jake Marciano has the stuff. And Auburn's got a 3-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th. That Auburn dugout for Jake Marciano after another tremendous start. His 3rd wearing the orange and blue jersey.
Well, the hugs kind of tell you he's probably done 90 pitches. I don't think he would do that, so a guy's not out. Which means, JJ, we have a shot to see Jet number 2 come in the ball game for Auburn. We have a shot. We don't know yet. Let's get through this inning first, but we got a chance.
As Auburn out of the SEC, taking on one of the Big Ten's finest in Nebraska, preparing themselves the way they know best, because when you look at Omaha in the last 10 Men's College World Series, 7 of the national titles have been won by the Southeastern Conference. Remarkable stuff that you're seeing there.
Impressive, isn't it? There's been somebody different. I think there's been 2 repeat, but no repeats in South Carolina. LSU's trying to this year, but it's been a different team each year. Really impressive.
So Chase Freilich will bat here to lead it off. Chase Olson is on the mound throwing here for Nebraska. He came on in relief an inning ago, although did not throw a pitch yet. His out occurred on a pickoff move. And the first pitch to Freilich's taken for a strike.
Olson's 5'11", good compact body, good quick arm there. Fastball was at 89. Getting after it too. Love it. A lot of energy in that pitch there. So both starters appear. Auburn appears to have Jake Marciano out of the game. Now the bullpens will take over. See who's got the best one.
Freilich has a walk and a strikeout today, and he fouls this one back.
I've said it time and time again. He was the number 4, I believe, nationally ranked tennis player in high school. Gabe Gross went to see him play tennis just to make sure that the athleticism was what he was hearing, and it was. And we see it behind the plate. We see it on the base pass.
This one's inside, and it got a piece of Chase Freilich. See him bouncing up and down, trying to consume the sting of that.
Or the back of the tricep area. Oh, elbow. Ooh. Just below the pad. Ow.
That's funny bone area.
Ain't nothing funny about it. I promise you. Ask him right now.
So Freilich will run it first as Eric Guevara steps up to the plate.
Had the big hit last time up in the 3rd inning to get the run home, and there was a
big swing.
Yeah, trying to make it 7-2. Why not? Early in the count, turn it loose, see if you can get one. And a good breaking ball by Olsen.
Oh, 1 pitch.
Man, Worthley behind the plate, breaking ball again. This is a freshman. This is not a guy that's been around doing this for a couple of years. He's a freshman, and that was another tough pitch in the dirt with a runner on first. And you're taught as a runner on first, you see deep dirt balls, you go, you get a good break. You can't do it when a catcher does that. He smothers it and knocks it toward the second base bag.
Worthley has now started 6 of the 8 games for Nebraska as we see him throw back to first. But Freilich's going to be safe. Jeter Worthley, the catcher for the Cornhuskers.
Just a baseball name, too. Jeter Worthley just rolls off the tongue.
His older brother, Jalen, is a pitcher on the Nebraska team. See if he gets any action throughout the course of the weekend. Out of the zone, ball 3.
Opportunities for Auburn. They have a 3-run lead. It's the middle of the ball game. The bullpen seems to be coming in next inning, and they've been pretty good in that bullpen. So opportunity here maybe with a couple of big swings to stretch it out.
Throw over here from Olsen.
There are certain times in the game, doesn't have to be the 9th inning, right, with the bases loaded, 2 outs, JJ. There are certain times in the game where the game can be put away with the right couple of swings and the right approach, mindset.
Guevara hits this
Nice
one to
play.
3rd. Overbeek with the nice play to second for 1 on to first. And that's all Nebraska's going to get. But they do get the lead runner on the diving stop from Joshua Overbeek at 3rd base.
That's huge. That ball gets through. You got Bub Terrell up first and second, nobody out, but no. Overbeek lays out, knocks it down, and gets the lead runner. Even more impressive. His body's kind of going that way. Good play there, trying to turn 2.
So here's Bub Terrell. Here's the throw over. How great is the personality of Bub Terrell?
I think it all showed for the Auburn fans that watched the Savannah Bananas game. Bub Terrell stole the show from everybody, and I don't know if the Bananas wanted that. It's like, hey, this is our show, pal. But yeah, you're right. Always smiling.
The in-stadium promotions have a boogieing with Bub segment where everyone's supposed to dance, like Bub's known to do from time to time.
And was the guy that was a late addition. Auburn didn't recruit him until late in his senior year, and then he got drafted. They almost lost him to the draft. So there's hope out there. If you're a baseball player and you're hanging out and don't have any offers yet, this is a guy that he didn't know where he was going till late. And then almost walked out of college baseball into professional baseball before he ever got here because the Blue Jays took him and probably came at him with a good deal of money, and good for Auburn. He decided to come to campus.
One down here in the 5th. Auburn leading 5-2. And another throw over here from Olsen.
And he will hear it from the crowd. Guevara is, by the way, 0 for 0 on stolen bases. It's only been now 8+ games, but not a real threat to run. A good runner, just not a real threat to steal.
Olsen did have a pickoff in the first, but this one's out of the zone for ball 2. At some point, does college baseball adopt the MLB rule, you think, in terms of limiting the pickoff throws?
You know, they've done a good job with the clock, the time clock, and the visits to the mound. So I think they're always trying to evolve. JJ could be, if they feel like it's a delay issue, especially.
Off the plate,
I guess it's 2 picks, and then the third's a balk in Major League Baseball. You know, I don't know.
So it becomes more of a timing thing because the runner, after 2 throwovers, you can't get me this time.
Well, I think that's exactly right. And I think there is a time, and I don't want to give the base runner that advantage. So, no, now that we talk about it, I don't like it for that reason, from a pitching standpoint. You know, if you're sitting over there with a guy that can really run, if you got Bristol Carter at first base, I might go over 3 or 4 times in a row.
But from the timing perspective, and you hear the fans' affinity for it, there is none.
Right. But they are.
I think they don't mind. Yeah, they don't mind the lack of or limiting these throwovers that we're seeing here.
If I'm a head coach, I want everything I can get.
These fans are letting them hear it.
They are, no question. And those picks may be called from the dugout. They're probably using pitch comp, so the catcher's got a device on his shin guard, and the fielders have a device in their hats. They can hear what's being called.
Another throw over.
The concern, if you're Coach Childress, is the attention of the pitcher being lost at home plate, right? That's the only problem with it for me, is you get so focused there. Now you make a mistake to Bub Terrell, and it's 7-2.
3 balls and 1 strike. And there is a strike from Olsen. Nicely done.
It's a good 3-1 breaking ball. If you throw a fastball there, he's looking for it. He's sitting on it. And Olsen did a good job. It wasn't a real electric breaking ball, but just enough to take the timing away and get a strike.
Full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Bub Terrell.
Does Guevara go here?
Payoff on the way. Terrell hits this ball to the right center field gap. This could get to the wall. Guevara going to be held at third, but Bub's got a double, and Auburn's got 2 runners in scoring position.
He's feeling it. As Bub Terrell, he got a fastball away, and he has not missed one of those so far in the young season. Up and away with a 3-2 count. Watch this. And just takes it where it's pitched. Really good hitting. Ball got away from the fielders. Guevara, had he been making the turn, could have scored, but you don't know that, and all of a sudden you're staying there. It's good to stay there, let the offense hit. Probably the end of the night for Olsen.
So runners at second and third with 1 down. Pitching coach Rob Childress out. And a new pitcher will be coming in to throw here for Nebraska. Cooper Katsky set to come in and relieve Chase Olsen. So we're in the bottom of the 5th. Auburn's got 2 in scoring position. Cooper Katsky, 6'4", 220 pounds, by way of Greenwood Village, Colorado, coming in an 11-2 mark last season, 3.08 earned run average, had 70 strikeouts across 84 innings.
Miami of Ohio, started at Indiana, and this was their number 3 starter, and he got sick. And Gavin Blakovich has thrown so well. We'll see him on Sunday. He's projected that Katsky now has been in the bullpen. But you see the numbers. I mean, look at that. 84 innings, 60 hits last year at Miami of Ohio. This is the legit guy. And he's in. This is not, hey, throw in the towel and let's play for tomorrow. Nebraska doing all they can to win, and the infield in with 1 out.
Ethan Bingaman is the batter, and the first pitch is out of the zone for ball 1.
Like I said, he got sick, and he missed the first start. And the second weekend, he wasn't ready physically. Got a little bit of work. Only thrown 2 innings.
Bingaman fouls this one back. It's 1-1.
We'll touch some 95s. There you see Bingaman. We talked a lot about him, right? 2 home runs last week. There you see right there, 15th ranked in the country as far as the SEC freshman coming in. And then McCrane, see what he is, and then Ty Thompson. So highly ranked guy here from California.
1 ball and 1 strike. Katsky throws a big strike right there. It's 1-2. Also, the infield has been pulled in.
Yeah, absolutely. They have to. 6'2", starts to build a little bit. Bingaman is highly thought of on the mound. JJ as he is, but with a need at first base, he's taken over there for now and doing a great job.
Swing and a miss here from Bingaman, as Nebraska will throw to first to get the second out.
Just cannot say enough about Jeter Worthley. I mean, he is running the team back there. That's what catchers do. He blocks that ball, he checks the runner at third, he throws the runner out, and then gets back to the plate just in case Eric Guevara was trying to get home. And he's done it for 4+ innings now. Blocking balls, keeping them in the dirt. He's blocked 4 or 5 that would have led to extra bases and maybe even runs. Outstanding.
Chris Rimbert, 0 for 2 in his first game back since his injury opening weekend. So this one's out of the zone.
These are big innings for Caskey because Ty Horn struggles some tonight, and it's very rarely does a team ever start with the same rotation. You see what Chris Rimbert did the last year, All-American freshman, great summer with Team USA. But Caskey's he's working to get back in that rotation right here, and how he throws in these innings is going to leave an impact in the coaching staff's mind. Any crack in the door is going to be open to him if he can handle it, throw well, and keep his team close.
He's got a big pitch coming up here. Again, 2 in scoring position, and the ever-dangerous Chris Rimbert in the batter's box. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 down. This one's out of the zone. Chris Rimbert, as a freshman, dynamic is a word that comes to mind, as he was the first Auburn freshman since 2008 to earn all SEC honors, and in league play alone, hit 376.
Yeah, 4th ranked shortstop in the state of Florida as a high school senior, passed up the draft.
Really dynamic. It's 3-1 now.
Very quiet. Coach Thompson said probably one of the quiet. We talked about Bub Terrell probably being the least quiet guy in the clubhouse.
Sure.
This guy's probably the quietest guy in the clubhouse, but a great leader, and just really leads by example. And they're very grateful that he wasn't hurt badly 2 weeks ago, and they got him back tonight.
3 balls and a strike with 2 outs. 3-1 pitch. Here's the strike, and now the count's full.
Yeah, open base, why not? Sitting on a fastball, throw a 3-2 breaking ball, and for a strike. Good job by Caskey. Probably going to do it again. You do not want to lay one in there just to offer to Chris Rimbert. 3
balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Fouled off.
Good fastball, got some life, 2-seam, and a good job with 2-strike hitting by Chris Rimbert. That pitch beat him, but he ruined it. Kind of pivotal here, don't you think? Really
no
pivotal
doubt.
With this guy up. A big hit here.
Three balls, 2 strikes. And Chris Rimbert down on strikes. Cooper Caskey had to come up with the big pitch. He gets a big strikeout. Auburn strands a pair. They lead by 3 after 5 innings. Marciano got the ball and started on Friday night once again here for Auburn, and he was dynamic, Mark Fuller.
He was really good. And Nebraska did a good job of getting the pitch count up, but a combination of the fastball in right there, then the slider away right there. We saw some changeups as well, and a lot of energy and fight in his gut. He did a really good job. There he is, you see the numbers. And look again, 0 walks, JJ, 29 punch outs, 0 walks. You want to win and pitch in the SEC, that's how you do it. So it's great stuff, and he's great command. And now Mr. Jet, the second Jet of the night for Auburn, is going to take over, Jet Johnston.
Yeah, again, Jet Buck is the second baseman for Nebraska. Here's Jet Johnston. Started his career at Texas A&M, transfers here to Auburn, the Knoxville, Tennessee native. Last season, pitching for the Tigers of Auburn, had a 4-0 record, 11 1/3 innings of work, had 11 strikeouts over that time as well.
He was a two-way guy at Texas A&M, came in here and had some at-bats last year for Auburn, but really has settled in now in this role. He and Drew Whalen, who transferred in from Western Kentucky, have kind of become the 2 guys that Auburn's counting on now between about the 6th and the 8th inning. Not the 9th quite yet, but the 6th to 9th to 8th inning is when these 2 guys are being counted on. Whalen threw against West Georgia on Wednesday. He's not available. Auburn got no problem. Bring in Jet Johnson. He's been equally as effective.
So we're getting some work done from the grounds crew on the mound. This is important as a pitcher, Mark.
It is, yeah.
You want to be comfortable with your landing surface.
Well, and maybe a little moist. We saw pitcher for Nebraska slip in the second inning on a bunt, and so maybe a little bit moist out there, and so they want to make sure that nobody's going to slip or be slick as they land. Jet Johnson will throw 91 to 93. Really, I think, my opinion, and not real important. The best breaking ball, cutter style breaking ball on the team. Late break, and he loves to throw it, and he's good with it. Nebraska's in it. They're in it. They're fine. They have a high-powered offense. They just got to hold things here. That was big right there to come in and close the game out by Katsky.
Joshua Overbeek leads it off here for Nebraska and fouls off the first pitch. Overbeek was hit by a pitch and is struck out. He is a switch hitter for the Cornhuskers. And we noted the pine tar certainly on top of the helmet.
Yeah, the alpha dog by his head coach.
The 0-1 pitch. Nothing in 2. Does there seem to be a growing popularity in switch hitting?
You know, you're seeing more and more. Yeah. And I don't know what it is. If you tried it with 10 kids at 9 years old, one of them might be able to do it by the time they're 15, 16 years old. It's hard to do. Something about the way the brain works. I'm not that smart. But, yeah, you are seeing more and more guys. Lucas Steele for Auburn, a switch hitter. Good as that slider.
There's a strikeout from Jet Johnston, who gets a strikeout against the switch hitting Joshua Overbeek.
If somebody on the street calls you nasty, that's not really a compliment, but if a baseball guy calls you nasty, that's what nasty looks like, baby. That is nasty. They won't say that for 12 years. I finally got it out. But that is a legit, real breaking ball.
On the season, this is already Auburn's 8th game with 10-plus punch-outs as a staff. Dylan Carey is the batter, and he wallops this pitch to left and into the glove of Bub Terrell. First pitch and an out.
That's what Carey should do. He's a big guy with some power, but it was the breaking ball that got him out off the end. You could hear it up here, off the end of the bat. Not a lot of juice behind it, just a weak fly ball out. That's good pitching.
Cole Kitchens had an RBI double his last time up. And Will Bolt, the Nebraska head coach, is out of the dugout and calls time. Will Bolt was telling us in our conversation earlier this week, after all the years coaching, he's still the guy they look to when they talk offensive philosophy and that sort of thing. Some coaches just can't give it up, Mark.
Yep, that's what he's done. He was recruiting when he was a recruiting guy. He's done the offense, he's done the defense, a little bit of everything. But yes, you're right. He still runs the offense from the dugout.
Dynamic player in his own right. He was the 2021 Big Ten Coach of the Year. Wore the Nebraska jersey as a player.
And look, there's pressure on all these guys, but there's a lot more pressure when it's your home school. It just means, I don't want to say it the wrong way, Butch Thompson loves Auburn, but he grew up there, and now he's the head coach there. You don't want to take anything away.
For sure.
These coaches love where they're coaching, and Butch Thompson loves Auburn, but when it's what you grew up doing. He's from Nebraska, probably a Cornhusker kid from life, and now here he is the head coach. It's exciting, but it's also adds a little pressure.
Swing and a miss.
Jet Johnson, boy,
nothing in
electric.
2.
He and Hetzler, who closed out the win on Wednesday night, will touch some 95. So there's some real arms for this Auburn staff later on in the game. We're seeing one here. You just have to look for the slider. It's just so devastating with 2 strikes here.
0-2 out of the zone. And how about Will Bolt, playing career? They're right up the middle infield. 1999 to 2002, and the biggest moments there as a member of their College World Series teams in back-to-back years.
Pretty cool.
Playing day photos.
There it is.
Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Jet Johnston, and Nebraska is retired in order. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, Auburn holds on to a 5-2 lead. Go to the bottom of the 6th. First time ever these two teams have played one another. Albie the Tiger is even here, taking in a little of the Friday night action. It's a who's who that shows up to the ballpark these days, Mark.
Well, you're here.
Yeah.
Albie's here. Star-studded crowd. Star-studded crowd.
That's all we need. Auburn to bat here in the 6th, leading by 3. And Albie's making new friends.
And Cooper Katsky, I think he's a very important guy right here in this game. It's 5-2, still very close. He is kind of their 3.5 starter, was a 3 starter, so he's got a chance here to settle in and really give them some big innings and maybe audition for next weekend.
Mason McCrane in the batter's box. 0-1 the count.
I'm really kind of fascinated by the transfer portal because he went from Indiana to Miami of Ohio and now to Nebraska. Just the movement, you know, of college baseball players and how they pack up and leave, move on to the next campus, and you know, just it happens so much. There were 6,300 guys last year, JJ, in the portal for baseball. I think it was June 1st. 6,300 went in the portal. And here's one of them. What a great pickup for Nebraska.
Yeah, notable D1 transfers there. We saw Cole Kitchens pick up an RBI. McCrane hits this one right back to the glove of Katsky. Makes the play. What a play that was.
Sure was. Sure was.
We've got to get another look at that one. That was special.
He left the changeup up to a big, strong left-handed hitter, and man, right back at him. You know what? He kind of like acting like he knew it was. Sometimes you don't know as a pitcher. It's like, oh, look what I caught, but he kind of like he knew what was coming.
The reaction time is just special.
And that's what's changed there is they're teaching pitchers now, instead of trying to throw the ball overhand, if you have time, run it over there and throw it underhand. It's a much safer, accurate throw.
Were you known for the safer, accurate throws, Mark?
Back then, I just threw them away.
Brandon McCrane at the plate. It's nothing in one.
I did love fielding my position. I will say I had a lot of practice at it. A lot of balls like that hit back at me, but I did love to field my position. I took a lot of pride in it, not making errors and making good throws and fielding bunts. Good fastball there.
Yeah, I mean, you pitchers are wearing a glove for a reason.
That's
You're
exactly
just as much part of the defensive game plan as everybody.
I tell pitchers all the time, look, those guys behind you, don't trust them. It's your earned run. Go catch it. Be like Kelly from the Bad News Bears. Go catch everything.
Oh, man.
And they call us bad
athletes.
What a
reference.
They call us bad athletes.
0-2. Hi.
We digress. Let's get back on the game here.
Was Kelly a part of the World Tour to Houston?
Nah, you're too young. This is 1978.
Okay.
We'll watch it sometime.
1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm very aware of the reference. Down in the zone 2-2. I just remember there was one where they played in the Astrodome.
Yeah, that was them.
Yeah.
Buttermaker. You saw Worthley right there kind of pat his chest. That was a ball he probably should have caught for a strikeout, but he went to block it and didn't bounce. And he told Katsky, hey, that was on me.
2-2. McCrane hits this one to right field. That's down for a hit. Brandon McCrane with a 1-out single for the Auburn offense.
People calling Auburn games are going to say what you just said a lot. McCrane with a base hit. Watch this. Pretty good pitch. Breaking ball down, and he didn't try. That's just experience hitting for a young hitter. That's just instinct. That's born in, trained over at Glenwood Academy in Phoenix City, and comes here to Auburn. But that's just an innate feel for how to swing a bat.
When people ask that, do we tell them they're brothers? That the reason they're hearing it more frequently is because they're two of these guys?
Over and over.
It's not just the one. Ryan Farber up to the plate. Throw over here from Katsky.
Even with 1 out, I wonder if Farber's going to show the bunt. He kind of acted like he might right there. Timeout for something.
McCrane trying to.
Oh, yeah. Getting it ready over there.
We've seen that a couple of times tonight.
Slick. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. Sanderson is tight over there at third base. Got to honor the bunt.
Farber again transferred from Texas State. 267 average last season. Had 4 homers. Ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Here's ball 2.
Auburn, much like Nebraska, doesn't run a bunch. They didn't come in with a lot of stolen base. I think Gabe Gross is content to let runners move and swing the bat a little bit, not run yourself out of an inning.
Farber fouls this one back. Bristol Carter waits on deck for Auburn.
We've said that a few times tonight.
Yeah.
If he gets up, it'll be his 4th at bat in the 6th inning.
We see a throw over here. We've also said that a lot this evening, the throw
absolutely.
over to first. Two balls and one strike. And another throw over.
Well, and because of it, McCrane really does have a smaller lead. He's a good runner, but he's probably got about an 8-foot lead. The cutout that you can see out there is 13 feet. So when you see him get out there and take that lead, he's nowhere near that cutout. So it's a really short lead, almost like they're just trying to play a little station-to-station baseball.
Farber hits this ball hard and deep out towards center. Moyer back, makes the catch. 2 outs.
Auburn's 11 for 15 with stolen bases so in game number 9. Nebraska's 4 for 4. So a bigger piece of the puzzle for Auburn than it is for Nebraska. But Bristol Carter's got 6 of those, and that's what he's here to do, to run. He will show bunt here. The defense has to play back, JJ, with 2 outs. You can't play up and have him hit one past you for a double. So you got to play back, which opens the door for him to bunt. And as many times as you can get Trace Freilich up to hit, you want to do that.
Carter is 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI and a run scored. A throw back and McCrane's safe.
These are the cat and mouse games within the game that I love so much. Like if you're Nebraska, you want to honor it, but you don't want to honor it too much. And if you're Bristol Carter, you take a peek down there, and he shows it. There he goes.
Here's Carter with a bunt down the first base line, right to Sanderson, who's able to step on the bag for the final out of the inning. So 6 innings of baseball complete tonight. Auburn's got a 5-2 lead. Leads Nebraska 5-2. Tigers have out-hit the Cornhuskers 7-5. As we take a look at our game summary, leadoff batters have told the story for the Nebraska side of things, going 4 for 6 on the night. The bigger number for Auburn, they're 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position, capitalizing on these opportunities.
Well, and it tells you what the Auburn pitching and defense has done to give up those leadoff guys, but not give up the runs, right? Only 2 runs scored, so they have shut the threat down, even though Nebraska's gotten on base.
Will Jeske, the batter, had an RBI double his last time up, and he takes the first pitch out of the zone.
Auburn has a unique strength this year, JJ, and we're seeing it now in Jet Johnson. Drew Whalen, very similar. He came from Western Kentucky as the conference pitcher of the year. These guys are really good with breaking balls. They throw 93 to 95. And then behind that, you've got one of Auburn's closers, Hetzler, down, thinking ahead. But you got Garrett Brewer sitting there. So they really have so much strength in this bullpen after what has proven to be 3 really good starting pitchers over the first 2 weekends.
As Jeske hits this ball to third, Guevara routine play and a throw over to first. Auburn also has a unique ballpark, Mark Fuller, that Nebraska certainly has come to know throughout their arrival here and starting of a series. As earlier today, before the game, that War Eagle wall out in left field, look at these guys. They want to go up and take a look.
Yeah, those are pitchers, and they have too much time on their hands. They're there to catch home run balls, and now they're playing catch off the green monster. Like, well, this is pretty cool. Hoping to get some likes. Is that the word we use for social media? Yeah. Some looks, some views, some followers.
Impressions. We like that number. As here's a swing and a miss from Butenbach. I just love that footage our crew was able to capture before the game, because that's the special part of college baseball and some of these non-conference series. You come to venues like this.
Yep. And Will Bolt mentioned that even before the improvements, what we're seeing here in the Auburn Stadium is new last year. The last time he saw it, he thought it was one of the more quaint, better stadiums in the whole conference when he was at A&M.
And one of the things that just jumps out is the War Eagle wall that we can see here. And, you know, the bullpen being within the base of it is special enough. All the added seats. It's just a special ballpark. But as you said, the Nebraska coach has a lot of respect for. 0-2 as Johnston puts this one down in the zone.
Coach Thompson has great vision, and this is his vision. The things you see going on here, along with the AD here, John Cohen, they just have great vision. They're both baseball guys, and they had a vision for how can we make this baseball stadium even more unique, and they've done it and done a great job with it.
The 1-2 pitch hit foul. Yeah, the Nebraska players are probably thinking, wait a minute, I've seen the Green Monster at Fenway Park. What about War Eagle Wall? And you compare the two, it's not much different. Green Monster and Fenway up in Boston, 37 feet tall compared to 30 for Auburn, but about the same distance to home plate.
Yeah.
When you look down the line.
Fenway's a great place. In a couple games there, I absolutely love going up there and watching. And this great baseball fans as well, much like here. Got a good at bat going here by Butenbach. Battling like they've done. The Nebraska offense has battled all night long. They did a good job of getting Marciano out of the game. Got the pitch count up in the 5th inning. And same thing here, just continuing to try to ruin 2-strike hits. They just need to string something together. Auburn's given them no walks. That helps. Auburn's only given up 1 error, so there's been no extra base runners. You're having to get base hits, and that's hard to do for an offense, to rely on just base hits to win.
Pitching staff has limited the walks all season, and they've certainly done that here tonight. As another foul ball here from Butenbach. This is an impressive AB.
And it's probably the 4th or 5th one, JJ, we've seen with 10, 11 pitches.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's just a credit to them. Now, can they string something together? Those are great unless you just can't string together 3 or 4 hits in a row and score some runs.
7th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. A ball and 2 strikes. Pitch home. Low in the zone, ball 2. The count's even. 2
Very
balls and 2
patient.
strikes.
Jet Johnson throwing that really nasty slider. And great job there by Butenbach just to lay off of. Auburn very deep in the infield. 2 strikes, you wouldn't be up anyway, but playing very deep, don't want anything to get past them in the infield. Deep and shifted.
Swing and a miss. Jet Johnston with the big punch out. Tons of emotion there from the Auburn reliever.
And you can have that kind of emotion in the bullpen. It just kind of feeds, but he finally just take the fastball and just run it up there at 93 miles an hour up and away. And man, a really good at bat, but a good battle by Jet Johnston to win it. Starters need to be a little more poised. Excuse me, JJ. Starters just have you see Marciano just real laid back, but these relievers, man, they come out just breathing fire out of the bullpen and have a lot of energy.
Jeter Worthley, the batter, with 2 down and the base is empty. This pitch is low. Yeah, we've seen so many pitchers with lots of emotion and energy in tonight's game from both sides.
I mean,
a lot of reactions.
February 27th, and it's got a regional feel to it.
Worthley with the fly ball to center field. Bristol Carter settles under it and makes the grab for the 3rd out. So we've reached the 7th inning stretch. Auburn leads 5 off here for the Tigers as they lead 5-2 over Nebraska in this non-conference series. Chase Freilich, the 2-time Al Parker Award winner, given to the best junior tennis player in Georgia. From tennis to baseball.
Yep, with the great hair too, but they go hand in hand. This game is based around the feet, JJ. Tennis is based around the feet, hand-eye coordination. You got a guy hitting a serve at you at 120 miles an hour, you better have some good hands, and he does. And so they fit in perfectly together, the 2 sports, and he benefited probably from playing that much in the game of baseball.
It's incredible. We're able to find photos like that of the college baseball stars, what they're able to do in their past. And Freilich certainly brought it on the tennis court.
Well, and you know what? If you're out there listening to us, don't specialize in one sport. If you're 9, 10, 11, if you're a dad or a coach, don't force them. Let them play. Let them play tennis. Let them play soccer. Let them run track. Let them play other sports. Baseball will have its time. 2 good fastballs there by Caskey. 1 for a strike, 1 for a ball. But, you know, you hear that all the time from college coaches. Football coaches, they love wrestlers and track guys. Baseball coaches, they love football players and tennis players, soccer players. Because the feet's where it starts. You get to be a kid once. Might as well play as much as you can.
1-1.
Good pitch. Good
2 balls and a
there.
strike. That's so true. And yet here you are always trying to be a kid, Mark.
Absolutely. From
Same
start
for
to
me.
finish, right? But if you interview these guys, I promise, these Auburn guys, I bet most of them played at least 2 sports.
So much benefit from that. Here's a strike, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And I'm in the youth facility travel ball world, and I see it all the time. Well, he's a shortstop. He's 10. Really? Well, why can't he play center field? Why can't he play? We heard about Brandon McCrane. He's played 7 positions here for Auburn.
Ball hit on the ground to short.
Nice play.
Handled there by Carey. And does that play not say experience?
Smooth, wasn't it? That was just smooth, just liquid smooth.
routine from Dylan Carey, who's been doing it a long time.
Watch how easy, no panic. I mean, he is. He's a veteran, you're right. But just kept the glove down. There's a little pick, and the exchange was smooth. This is a guy that's going to play for a long time. His coach feels the same way.
Eric Guevara, the batter here for Auburn in the bottom of the 7th. Called strike, 0-1.
You know, Nebraska, they kind of weathered the 4-inning storm, but that one run.
The 4 runs, yeah.
4 runs, sorry. That one run when Auburn came out and kind of put that 5th on there, there's something about that one run that just kind of had an impact for the Auburn offense. They kept pitching well, but that one run was big.
Auburn got 4 runs in the 3rd inning and then added that run in the 4th. Nebraska responded with 2 runs in the 4th as well. That's how we've got our 5-2 baseball game.
Guevara hitting 344, 11 hits. I would expect he'll be right there all season long.
Guevara fouls this one off.
I heard an old saying years ago, JJ, in the minor leagues. It came from, oh gosh, who was it? A minor league hitting coach who became a major league manager. Anyway, his comment was this: hitters hit. They were discussing about, you know, having to work with a guy, and his comment was, if you have to spend too much time with a hitter, it might tell you something, because hitters hit. Tony Gwynn was a guy that just hit. They just don't have many days back to back to back where they don't have good at bats and get base hits. And Guevara's one of those guys, just a hitter, and he's gonna hit.
1-2 on the way out of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is the part where I always ask you to make it more current, and I would imagine Freddie Freeman is the one you want to go to.
Hitters hit.
Yep.
How many times have you ever seen Freddie Freeman go on a 3-game non-hitting streak? I mean,
doesn't
ever.
happen.
Ron Washington was the one that said it. Ron went on to manage the Texas Rangers and coach for the Braves for years. May still be
had some
coaching the
time
Braves.
with Freddie Freeman.
But you're right. Those guys are in the big leagues because of hitters. That's why they're there.
2-2. Hit to short. Dylan Carey again. Smooth operation.
Yeah.
2 outs here in the 7th.
I don't know what his teammates call him, but my name is Smooth, because that was a bullet. And just no stress at all. Pick it, throw it over there.
Yeah, he's climbing the all-time ranks in several different records there for Nebraska. Chasing his head coach as well. It's a fun back and forth those two guys are having.
He told a funny story about that. He had a in-the-park home run, and Coach Bolt said, man, you should have stopped a second. You got one more closer to my record.
The doubles record that Will Bolt holds on to in a career. So 2 down, and Bub Terrell's the batter here for Auburn in the 7th.
Cooper Caskey's doing a good job. 2 1/3 innings, just 1 hit, no free bases, showing why he's so highly thought of by them, and probably going to find his way back into the rotation somewhere this season. Just too good, or pretty valuable here too now. Kind of a Drew Whalen kind of guy, or Jet Johnson kind of guy, come in the 6th inning and just shut things down, and the ability to go 4 innings, and you don't need your closer, and save the bullpen, which is what he's doing right now.
2 balls and no strikes to Bub, who's got a pair of hits on the day.
Change up.
There's a strike.
Just in case Bub Terrell was going to try to come out of his shoes on a 2-0 fastball, threw him a changeup.
Two 2-1 pitch. All 3.
Everybody in red wanted that one. Got the 80s look going there.
Yeah,
that
like
was my
the
generation. Those things have made a comeback. I saw a kid a couple weeks back for Youngstown State, had the handlebars. Raleigh fingers. That's pretty smooth. That's a good one.
Terrell hits this ball high out towards left field. Back at the wall on the warning track. And able to put it away is Jeske for out number 3. Katskis in smooth control. A 1-2-3 inning as we go to the 8th. This game has been incredible. What a start to a series between Nebraska and Auburn. The two teams have never met on a baseball field before tonight. There's been tons of emotion, tons of reaction from both parties, from both sides. And this has been a fun one here tonight at Plainsman Park.
A lot of good stuff. A lot of fun baseball here in February. Off 2 really good teams. It'll be fun to watch the rest of the spring.
Top
Conference
of the order.
about 2 weeks away. Getting close.
As we see Jet Johnston continue to pitch here for Auburn. Mac Moyer swings at the first pitch. And moving to his left, Brandon McCrane bobbles it. And Moyer's going to safely reach first.
Tough play. Good job by Moyer. He was getting down the line. I don't know that McCrane would have had him if he had made a clean catch. But the ball just kind of bounced funny right there in the middle and just kind of ate him up right there. Funny hop. Hit the palm of the hand. But I think as fast as Moyer is, I don't know if there was going to be a play.
Jet Buck is the batter with the runner on first.
They scored that yet?
A hit.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. Tough play.
Strike one to Jet Buck.
Good fastball at 92 to start things off. So he sets up that slider with a 92 to 94 mile fastball. The slider looks just like the fastball, but it's about 86 with about 18 inches of straight down break. And there it is right there. That's 93, excuse me, that's fastball.
Shame on us for not recognizing this. This is Jet versus Jet.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Look at this.
Man, I've been begging for this all night, and I don't even I'm the one that brought it up. I don't even recognize it. Thank you, JJ, for saving the day. But there it is. And both spelled with 2 T's. Love
Incredible
it.
stuff. Jet on Jet. 0-2 pitch. There's the swing and a miss. Buck goes down swinging. Johnston earns the strikeout in the Battle of Jets.
So we had the geometry talk back in the 2nd inning about the home plate. That could be Jet squared right there.
Yeah, we have liftoff, we have takeoff. What are we going with?
We could play this one all night long.
One down in case Sanderson comes up for Nebraska.
Strikeouts. That's the biggest difference for this Auburn pitching staff. In a year ago, when Everett Tiefert got here, until now, they strike people out at a high level.
It's a hard throw over from Jet Johnston. Wow. It's been more of Nebraska with those throwovers.
Yep.
Jet Johnston threw that, felt like 100 miles an hour over
93
to
to home plate, 100 to first base.
Keeping Moyer close. Johnston has this one off the zone for ball one.
The bullpen is tossing down there. So Garrett Brewer is who Coach Thompson mentioned. That was the hope tonight. The script is falling into place. Good starting pitching by Marciano. And then Jet Johnson. Now Garrett Brewer, who's been the other closer. A couple guys been closing, but he's one of them. And very good. And he's down there tossing just in case.
2 balls and no strikes.
You got 1 out in the 8th inning, which that kind of gets you into a closer's area when you get that first out in the 8th inning, because they're able to go 5 outs if they need them to. And if you're just Nebraska, just want to make something, just put something together back to back to back. They haven't been able to do it yet tonight.
Here's the strike, 2-1. Yeah, you're right. There is a little activity out in the bullpen.
Yeah, he's been pretty darn good. And there's the walkie Foxhall in the background, radioing in that he's ready.
As this ball's hit back up the middle, Carter throws to third, and it's going to be just a bit late. So runners at the corners on Sanderson's single.
Well, and good base running by Mac Moyer. Mac Moyer was not going to be denied third base. First to third with 1 out. Never even thought about it. Took a peek. You don't need a base coach. The ball's in front of you. Bristol Carter coming up throwing. That's great base running. If he hesitates at all, JJ, he's out. He didn't. Good base running.
And it is important to note the arm, the shoulder injury that Carter sustained a little bit earlier in the game. He's been able to move just fine, but actually throwing the baseball takes a little bit of extra work.
It's going to be Garrett Brewer time, I believe, with a left-handed batter up here.
You see Everett Tiefert, the Auburn pitching coach, walk out to the mound. Joshua Overbeek is the batter, but remember, he's a switch hitter here now, Mark.
He is, absolutely. Most switch hitters were right at birth, right? Doesn't make a lot of sense to be a left-handed hitter and go right-handed, but it makes more sense to get closer to first base and go left. So probably a natural right-handed hitter was Overbeek.
Overbeek does throw right-handed.
Became left-handed hitter as he got older, and there's the call. Garrett Brewer will be coming in.
So a call to the bullpen. Third pitcher of the day for Auburn coming in.
Big Ten transfer from Michigan State.
And Auburn's been really excited about what Mr. Garrett Brewer's been able to do. Jet Johnston, pretty impressive in relief. Just ran into a little bit of trouble here in the 8th. Auburn still holds on to a 3-run lead.
No walks, that's key. Nebraska got the infield hit to start the inning and then the base hit there up the middle. So just really good offense, tough at bats all night long. When you don't walk guys, and Auburn's walked nobody tonight. That's tough on offense. Nebraska's earning everything, but he did a good job. He did what he was asked to do and now turns it over to Garrett Brewer, who's been really, really good for Auburn. He's seen a couple of these situations now. We saw him opening weekend come in with a 2-2 count and throw 7 straight fastballs to strike out the side and get the save.
Garrett Brewer last season, the numbers from Michigan State, 3.47 ERA in 34 innings, had 41 punch-outs. And he's been electric out of the pen for Auburn so far.
And
closed down a couple of games last weekend too.
He's a highly ranked portal guy out of Michigan State, so Auburn getting what they recruited when they brought him here from the Big Ten.
Facing another Big Ten team here in Nebraska, and the first pitch on the way to Overbeek hit him. And now the bases are loaded. Here's some drama.
Big time drama because of who's coming up, JJ. We highlighted this guy at the start of the broadcast. I think Auburn was asking, did he lean into it? Coach Thompson stepped out, but this is what we built up in the pregame was Dylan Carey, and here he is now. We've been talking about could Nebraska string together some runs. Well, they can do it on one swing right here.
Yeah, Carey is 0 for 3 on the day. He's due if you play the law of averages. First pitch from Brewer, missed low in the zone, ball 1. Carey has been a doubles machine for Nebraska. So you can see the most doubles in program history. The all-time leader is Will Bolt, their current head coach. And Dylan Carey just 6 behind him. Nebraska would love to dial up one of those doubles right now.
And you see him right there. He just hit a 93-mile-an-hour fastball at the end of the bat, which tells you he's a little quick, probably pressing a little bit, like maybe trying to do too much. Like, I got to hit a grand slam. And the thinking is, no, you don't. Just have a good at bat. He's a veteran guy. He'll adjust right here and get back under his control.
The 1-1 pitch, fouled.
The swings, JJ, look a little bit like he's pressing, maybe trying to do too much and make it all happen on one swing. And Garrett Brewer's got good arm side run, so it's a great candidate for a double play for Auburn. The ball running away from Carey and him maybe over swinging. Ground ball to short could be a good setup.
1-2 pitch from Brewer. Misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dylan Carey has 15 hits on the season. That's the most in the entire Big Ten Conference. But he has nothing tonight. He's 0 for 3 at the plate.
Change all that on one swing.
2-2. Inside. Counts full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Man, what a pitch. It came in. He's Auburn left-handed pitcher. Watch this pitch. Inner half. Could have gone either way. It was really close. Either way.
Here comes a pressure pitch from Garrett Brewer. Hit well to left field. This could be trouble. It's off the base of the wall. 2 runs are going to score for Nebraska. It is a double for Dylan Carey. The Cornhuskers are back within 1.
He did it. He got the pitch he wanted, got a 3-2 count, fastball over the middle, and there's Dylan Carey. So 0 for 3 until then, and the whole thing just changed on 1 swing. He got a pitch in the middle. Probably fortunate for Auburn, he didn't hit it out. Just a double off the wall to score 2 runs. That's big, and now it's 5-4 ball game, and Nebraska's still, we've been talking for 4 or 5 innings, JJ. Could they get that 1 inning where they strung some things together? Now they are.
They are back within 1. As the DH Cole Kitchens, who's got a double himself, comes up to the plate. First pitch, fouled back.
1 swing here, and you go from kind of just hoping you don't get nothing out of this, so you take the lead. 1 big swing with good wheels out there and Carey, and it's a 6-5 ball game.
Dylan Carey now 51 doubles in his career. Has made it just a 1-run game. 0-1 pitch to Kitchens. Hit to right field. This one's down the line. This is a fair ball. Off the base of the wall, 1 run will score. Nebraska has tied the game.
Carey went back to tag up. So I'm sure a lot of folks are asking, why would Carey not score? He went back to tag up because it looked like possibly Mason McCrane could run that ball down. And by the time the ball hit the fence, McCrane was there, and Carey's all the way back. And watch Carey. He goes back to tag up, which caused him to be further away and not be able to score. Really, it should be a 6-5 game, but I understand why he was tagging up. Didn't want to get hung out on a ball if Mason McCrane happened to dive and catch it.
Just like that, we are
Amazing, isn't it?
tied. Runners at second and third.
First time anybody has touched Garrett Brewer.
Pitch home. Up high, ball 1, and Auburn's brought the infield in.
In Auburn, we had heard that Ryan Hetzler was down tonight, but I think I see him getting loose, which makes total sense. He's your guy that, if you need a big out, this is where you're going to do it. Timeout. What's going on? Pinch runner maybe for Nebraska, yeah.
So Cole Kitchens, the DH, just came through with a massive double for Nebraska.
Devin Nunez going to pinch run for him.
Devin Nunez into the game.
And some serious energy for the really first time tonight in that Nebraska Cornhusker dugout.
One ball and no strikes. Pitch home. Gets past Chase Freilich, but a strong ricochet. And no one can go anywhere. Ball 2. That's happened twice tonight, 1 for each team.
Yeah, and for years here at Auburn, until they put that new addition in down below, there was a padded wall back there. The ball would just drop straight down. So that's the lead run for Nebraska if it doesn't kick back.
Hetzler is warming up in the Tigers bullpen. Ball 3 from Brewer.
It's really the first time in 3 outings that Garrett Brewer hasn't been just spot on. And you don't, if you're Auburn, you do not mind a walk here. What you don't want to do is lay a, just a dead fish over the plate and have it get smoked.
3-0 pitch. There's a strike, and it's 3-1. Still just 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, I'm surprised they would throw that good of a pitch, but it was 3-0, so now it's 3-1. Now it's come out of your shoes swing here for Will Jeske.
Butenbach waits on deck. 3-1 pitch. Strike 2. Full count.
Auburn would love for Brewer to get Jeske out because the matchup is better left on left if you have the next batter, Butenbach, coming up. So a lot going on here between the 2 dugouts.
Payoff pitch. A dribbler back in front. Auburn's got a run down here as Dylan Carey's going to be tagged out by Brewer. And Auburn gets that out. Boy, a strange sequence.
Yep. Dylan Carey maybe should have held up, but watch Chase Freilich, just the I guess the word is wherewithal, instincts. Watch him get out there and never even look at first base. He saw Carey. He knew what he had.
And Carey lost his footing.
He did. And if you're Carey, you're probably going on contact, meaning you see down angle, you go, but you just got hung out. You got a little too aggressive on really a jam slow roller and maybe cost the lead run at the moment.
So 2 outs and the runners at second and third. Pitch high. It is a left-on-left matchup with Max Butenbach at the plate.
Well, and it allows Auburn, that out allows Auburn to leave Hetzler down there at least for one more batter and have the left-on-left matchup better for them than Nebraska.
Ball 2. Butenbach is 1 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. Nebraska tonight with 2-out RBI. Here's a foul ball.
Isn't this great?
Yeah.
You know, in days past, the big schools like Auburn, Nebraska, they would play somebody from middle of nowhere and it would be 13-2. It's just so much more fun now. There's been, I think, increased focus on schedules and playing better people.
Yeah, the power conference matchups have increased.
And what you
and
don't
we,
want
the
to do,
viewers, benefit from
absolutely.
it.
And what you don't want to do, JJ, is you don't want to get to May with 38 wins and not get in a regional because you played a week preseason and didn't build the RPI.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with runners at second and third as the crowd looks to get on their feet. Two-2 home. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Garrett Brewer with a big strikeout to end the 8th inning. Nebraska, however, came alive in the 8th. The bats told the story. Dylan Carey with the big double as Nebraska has tied the game at 5. We go to the bottom of the 8th. RBI double in the top of the 8th inning helped Nebraska get back in it as the Cornhuskers were able to score 3 runs there in the 8th and tie our game at 5.
Yeah, we were waiting on him. We talked about him, and he did not disappoint right there in the biggest situation of the night. Big swing, got some runs, tied the game up. Maybe should have taken the lead, but regardless, it's a ball game now, and now Nebraska goes to their bullpen. And I've been waiting to talk about this guy all night long. This is Jay-Sean Unger. You see the numbers there, 6'5", 220, big old guy from Blair, Nebraska. JJ, he threw 1/3 of an inning last year. And now here we are seeing him come in at the bottom of the 8th inning with a 5-5 tie on the road in the SEC because of his development. You see the numbers.
Not good.
Excuse me.
Not good.
I choked myself up. Look at the ERA, but 1/3 of an inning, right?
And now he takes over in a big spot against a very talented Auburn offense with Ethan Bingaman, the freshman, set to lead it off.
He actually went into the portal, did
I thought
Unger
that
last
story
summer.
was very interesting
JJ.
that Coach Bolt told us.
Yeah, and he went in the portal and had no offers. He was in the West Coast League and throwing well. He had 1 junior college offer. And he threw so well, they all talked and got together and invited him back, and here he is now, so good for him. Big guy that will touch 96.
Two balls and no strikes. So what we've learned based on Jay-Sean Unger and a few others, Mark Fuller, is that one can go into the portal and the portal can spit you back out to your previous destination.
Absolutely. And it's going to work out for him and Nebraska because they got a really good guy that they trust to put in the game in this situation, right? This is not just a, hey, are you any good? He's earned this. They trust him, and that's why he's out there.
2-1. Inside, but it's a called strike, and it's 2-2.
And right now, he's just blowing gas. That's 4 consecutive fastballs at 93 to 95, and just flat out throwing heat.
Jayshon Unger on in relief, facing the freshman Ethan Bingaman, who homered twice last weekend. Bingaman hits this ball back to the mound. Unger fields, throws to first, and gets the out. 1 down. And now Chris Rimbert comes up to the bat for Auburn. Chris Rimbert, first game back from injury. Back on February 14th, a slide going into second base. Just an awkward angle there.
It was hard to watch then. It's hard to watch now. Fortunately, it was just a high ankle sprain. You see right there, the trainer is working on the ankle, and that's what it turned out to be. And a lot of hard days in the cold tub and the heat tub and getting it back together, and here he is.
And so nearly 2 weeks later, this is his first game back for Auburn. Missed 6 games of competition for the Tigers. And he's looking for his first hit back, looking to provide a spark for Auburn in the tie game here in the 8th. He's behind on that one, 1-1.
Well, it's really impressive to talk about Auburn going out to Arlington last week, which Nebraska was there, and going 3-0 without him against top 15 teams.
No doubt.
So having him back is just a bonus now, having their guy back, but they did play well and win when they didn't have him.
1-1 on the way.
Man.
There's the strike, it's 1-2, 92 on the gun.
It's why the summer leagues are so good for college players. Jayshon Unger went out to the West Coast League, and you're able to just go pitch. The pressure's off. They're not too worried about winning and losing. It's innings, it's work, and it's developed him, and here he is now, just pitching like a frontline guy. Big time stuff.
2 balls and 2 strikes. He was, she said, the West Coast League out working Corvallis. And now here in Auburn, trying to keep his team in the ball game tonight.
These Midwest guys from out there in Nebraska, across the country, they rely on summer ball in high school maybe more than the Southern kids do, because they can't play. I mean, you're snowed in, it's freezing cold probably until middle of April. So the summer ball travel circuit, you got coming to places like Lake Point, going to California. It's huge for these guys to go get good innings and develop against good players.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch on the way. It's down in the zone, and Chris Rimbert has walked.
Great take. We've seen some really, probably 15 or 20 really good at-bats tonight by both sides, and that was a nasty 3-ball slider. I would have swung at it. I wasn't any good, but right there, Chris Rimbert laid off, took it, big walk, 2 outs.
Mason McCrane is the batter, and as you might have expected, here in the 8th, Auburn's going to bring Chris Rimbert out of the game, and they will bring Ty Thompson in to run over at first.
Freshman from Missouri. He was the #1 shortstop in the state of Missouri, and he is, by Coach Thompson's own definition, the fastest guy on the team. So for him, anything down the line, the gap, he's got a chance to score.
So Auburn coaching staff likes the wheels on Ty Thompson. Mason McCrane in the left-handed batter's box takes ball 1.
I think Auburn feels really good about Ty Thompson's future, but for now, and Coach Thompson even said that, this is where his value is as a freshman. There's a lot of older guys ahead of him. But, you know, the philosophy of these 2 coaches, Will Lott and Coach Thompson, Butch Thompson, Auburn, very similar. They will do the portal. If you ask them, do you like the portal, I think they would say maybe, but they really like to build with freshmen. Auburn had the 3 freshmen last year who are now sophomores, Frelick, Terrell. And Nebraska's got him as well, and Rimbert, and Nebraska has him as well. And you know, Coach Lott was talking about how they just can't go across the country and pay for players. They have to build them from within, and they are.
1-0 pitch coming to Mason McCrane. Hit well to center field, back deep on the run. Moyer able to track it down for the 2nd out. A rocket off the bat.
Was a Scud missile. I don't know what the launch exit velocity was off that thing, probably 260. But we've seen 2 pretty good center fielders tonight. That's a tough ball. You got to figure that ball is slicing away from Moyer. Man, he just runs to a spot, keeps his eyes on it. What a play. Because if that ball gets to the wall, you got a chance for Ty Thompson to score.
And there's a pitcher showing love to his center fielder.
Absolutely. I love you, my brother. I'll buy you a piece of pizza tonight.
Brandon McCrane now bats.
That's a big-time play. Probably underappreciated by most of us in the stadium.
Up high, ball one.
I don't know if Jamie Moyer's here listening to us, but I got to believe his son's a better athlete than he was. He's a left-hand pitcher. But that was athletic. Fun to watch.
Jamie Moyer would say, I appeared in a baseball game at 49 years old, an
Yeah,
MLB game at 49. This one gets past the catcher Worthley. We'll see Ty Thompson move up into scoring position. That 90 feet is huge.
Huge. With his speed, there's no question. On Wednesday night, Auburn got a flare, 2-out, 2-strike base hit from Bub Terrell to score the runner from second and win the game in a much similar situation here now with 2 outs and a really good runner at second.
Pitching coach Rob Childress out to chat with Jay-Sean Unger.
2-0 count, taking nothing away from Ryan Farber, but I would give nothing to Brandon McCrane. That's probably what he's talking about. He got an open base. Must be really, really smart on the pitch that we decide to make. Brandon McCrane is batting .550, and that's where the concern comes from if you're Rob Childress.
You've got the left-handed hitting Ryan Farber due up next. It's been a fun night, fun atmosphere.
Sure has. Great baseball. And we knew it.
Tied at 5 here in the 8th inning. So 2 balls and no strikes to Auburn's Brandon McCrane.
I look for a 2-0 breaking ball, just something away from the middle of the plate. Yeah, it's okay. It's a slider
Exactly
down
what
the
it
way.
was.
And now you'd almost kind of look for an intentional walk. Hey, just get up, put him on. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Put him on. Why even mess with it?
So there is an intentional walk here, and Ryan Farber will come up to the plate.
Start over again with a fresh count. You're facing, you just walked a .550 hitter to face, at the moment, a .180 hitter, and Auburn's going to pitch hit Lucas Steele, which again, perfect sense. Switch hitter, power guy Lucas Steele now will come in to pitch hit.
Lucas Steele's not too bad of an option to have coming off the bench.
Not at all. One of those guys we highlighted, returning
Very
with
impressive
40+
career.
RBIs.
Senior from Hoover, Alabama, played for Samford, transferred to Auburn, now in his 2nd season with the Tigers. Hit
This is the
9
part of
home
the game
runs
that you
last
love,
year.
you know? There was some conversation in that Auburn dugout. Hey, Lucas, go swing a little bit underneath. Try to get your body loose. You never know, and here he is.
So Lucas Steele, it's a hit here in the 8th inning for Auburn. First pitch from Unger, inside, ball 1.
I like the pitch call. He's looking for a fastball. Unger threw a slider, but he missed. You want to land that one. But I think it was the right call.
Again, Auburn has speed on the bases. Ty Thompson runs at second. The 1-0 pitch.
Good pitch.
There's a strike.
And Jay-Sean Unger hadn't seen this situation before. Remember, 1/3 of an inning last year. So he hasn't been in this setting on the road in front of a big crowd with this tight of a ball game. So he's growing up right here in front of our eyes and learning how to work through adversity.
The 1-1 pitch. There's a strike. It's 1-2. Nebraska's a strike away from getting out of the inning. Lucas Steele trying to deliver a big hit here for the Tigers. Swing and a miss. Major strikeout for Nebraska. Jay-Sean Unger closes the door. Tie baseball game going to the 9th inning. then the inning played out, and Nebraska got to work offensively. The inning started with an error at second base from Auburn. Dylan Carey, the shortstop for the Cornhuskers, had a 2 RBI double. Cole Kitchens had an RBI double himself to tie the game at 5. And now as we go to the 9th, both teams find themselves in a position they haven't been all season. First time for both of these teams. They've been tied in the game after 8 innings.
And how different the pressure would be. First pitch strike there by Brewer. Had Carey not gotten caught on the swing and bunt in between home and third, that Frelick jumped on and got him out, Nebraska would have the lead at 6-5. So a big break for Auburn, but a big inning for Nebraska to tie it up.
Jeter Worthley at 0-1 the count. Now it's 0-2 as Brewer was able to send that one by him.
And this is where Jeter Worthley will have to develop. He's really, really good behind the plate. He can really run, can probably play second or center if he needed to. He's a freshman, and he's facing guys that have been around for a long time. So the bat's going to be what's going to have to really grow for him to become a legit Big Ten guy.
Out of the zone, it's 1-2. Worth noting, Todd Clay has now come into the game defensively for Auburn at third base. Eric Guevara moved from third to shortstop.
Farber's out, Lucas still pitch hit, so then goes Todd Clay.
The 1-2 pitch, fouled back.
Big out here for both teams. If Nebraska can get the number 9 guy on base, huge. And for Auburn to get him out and start again fresh at the top of the order.
Swing and a miss. Brewer with the strikeout. That's what Auburn was looking for.
Two-seam fastball with some life, running away from Worthley. Just not able to get to it, but a huge out for Auburn, because now you start the top of the order with 1 out and nobody on, instead of having a free runner on first and starting over to could bunt, all kind of options. It's not there now.
Yeah, the first 4 innings, Nebraska always got the leadoff man aboard.
4 for first 6.
Here's Mac Moyer. He's been on base several times tonight. A ball and no strikes to the Nebraska center fielder. Fouls this one off. One pitch, swing and a miss.
Pretty good fastball.
Yeah,
Every
that was some
fastball he
heat.
throws got life. We saw him come in against Youngstown State and threw 7 straight fastballs to close the game out. And it's rare to see a lefty late guy. You know, usually the late guys are right-handers that are just blowing gas. It's rare because he really has a starter look to him, but he fits this role pretty well.
Moyer fouls this one off, and the count remains 1-2.
I love the way Moyer scraps. He played his junior college baseball at San Jacinto, so he really faced Big Ten caliber competition in that league against the level of baseball they play there. And I love it. He's a quintessential leadoff guy. Just does what he's supposed to do to get on the base.
Called strike 3. Garrett Brewer painted a corner. Mac Moyer disagrees. There are 2 outs.
I think this ball's out a little bit. Umpire behind the plate didn't think so. I think Auburn's had a few balls that have gone against them, but they got one there. And Moyer's got the best view of anybody.
16 strikeouts
That's
for
crazy.
the Auburn pitching staff tonight.
It's been routine every game now for them.
This one's out of the zone to Jet Buck.
And JJ, it all starts with strike 1. Auburn's getting these strikeouts because they have strikeout stuff, but they get ahead in the count. They get ahead in the count. They pound strike 1, and when you get ahead in the count, then you can go to your breaking ball. You can mix, and you keep the hitter guessing the whole time.
Brewer a little off on that one. Ball 2.
Just a bit high.
No damage done with nobody on base. Two outs in the inning. The 2-0 pitch. High for ball 3.
Brewer can get through this, it's going to set up a lot of drama in the bottom of the ninth with Bristol Carter leading off against what we assume could be Jay-Sean Unger. They have a closer, last name Mullen, down the Nebraska bullpen, but it'd be a lot of drama with the top of the order for Auburn coming up.
There's a strike. It's 3-1.
You got a quick picture there of Everett Tiefert, Auburn pitching coach. He's been here 3 years. The first year they were last in the league in walks and ERA, and here they are now with what I think is one of the better pitching staffs we'll see all spring long.
Here's a strike, and the count's now full at 3-2.
I don't know how it gets much better tomorrow and Sunday. JJ, we'll find out, but about as good as it gets here tonight.
This has been a treat tonight. Already back-to-back strikeouts to begin the inning for Auburn pitcher Garrett Brewer. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss! Garrett Brewer strikes out the side in the ninth. Auburn is now tied a season-high effort as a pitching staff. 17 strikeouts here tonight. Garrett Brewer in a rhythm, feeling good, strikes out the side here in the ninth. Left-hander Garrett Brewer struck out the side in the top of the ninth. We are tied at 5 going to the home half of the ninth inning as Auburn looks for the win here against Nebraska. Bristol Carter gets it started for the Tigers. Chase Freilich, Eric Guevara to follow with Jay-Sean Unger, the batter. Carter swings at the first pitch. This ball hit the center, and Mac Moyer puts it away. Bristol Carter said, I'm done with this. I'm ready to go.
That's right. He got one to hit. Last week's player of the series over at the Amagi Bank College Series in Arlington got a pitch to hit and just got under it a little bit.
Aggressive at that first pitch.
Absolutely.
Chase Freilich. Takes strike one.
And man, we've seen a really good Jay-Sean Unger. I mean, he came in here with 3.1 innings, so he came in with 3.2 innings in his career. And he's in this setting with this kind of pressure, and he's just handling it well. And now he's about to have his second out right there on the ground ball.
Yep, Chet Buck handles it cleanly.
3 pitches, 2 outs from a guy who doesn't have a lot of experience and probably none in this kind of environment. Good for him. In the portal. Didn't get any offers. That would be humbling enough. Had one junior college offer, and as he improved across the summer, as we said, Nebraska was watching. And Coach Bolt said, you know what, we're gonna keep this guy. They called him up, they talked, and here he is.
2 down, and Eric Guevara, the batter for Auburn. Guevara takes strike one.
One thing Auburn really hasn't done is hit a lot of long balls. Now, we're only 9 games in, but they have 6 home runs through 9 games. I don't know if it's a team that's going to do that. I think they'll hit doubles, but I don't know if they'll be a team that can just stand there and hit 3-run home runs and win, which is really big in the SEC if you can do that. LSU's proven that. But they're going to string hits together back to back to back.
1-1 the count to Guevara. He fouls this one back.
He was trying, wasn't he? Fun to watch players grow up. Jay-Sean Unger's come in here and he is handling it. Now 6 pitches. He got on his way to his 3rd out potentially here, keeping under 10 pitches.
Ball hit to short. Carries there, throws across, and in time for the out. Auburn goes down in order in the 9th. We're playing extra innings between the Tigers and Cornhuskers. Ever meeting between Auburn and Nebraska in baseball. Dylan Carey had the big 2-run double in the 8th inning to help bring the Cornhuskers back. And Garrett Brewer struck out the side in the 9th. He's trying to continue that strong effort here in the 10th. It's just been a fun baseball game.
It has, and to mention 17 strikeouts against a team like Nebraska tells you just how good the Auburn pitching has been. But Nebraska's hung in there despite those strikeouts. 5 runs in a tie ball game.
Case Sanderson, the Cornhuskers first baseman, takes the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. It is the heart of the order due up for Nebraska. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters Sanderson, Overbeek, and Carey set to face Garrett Brewer.
The strikeouts will be a conversation as they talk about after the ball game tomorrow. But if you win this ball game, doesn't matter. You can erase it, work on it, and go back to work.
1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch home. There's strike 2.
I think Auburn came into this game 3rd in the nation, strikeouts per 9, and they've only increased that. They may be number 1 in the nation now. And done it against some really good teams. Those 2 guys right there, lots of pitching background. It's paying off.
1-2 pitch. Sanderson fouls it off.
And look, Garrett Brewer's doing it, JJ, with fastballs. We don't mention the slider like we do with the changeup from Marciano, the slider from Jet Johnson. This guy's just taking a fastball and just shoving it. Here it is, hit this.
1-2 pitch home.
It's just fastballs. It's got great life. Now it's movement, life at the end of it. But regardless, the speed's the same. The velocity's the same. It shows you how good it is that these hitters just not able to time him up.
Two on the way. Sanderson goes the other way. This ball's hit down the left field line and into the corner. Case Sanderson has a leadoff double for Nebraska.
Really good at bat. They were shifted over with 2 strikes, and he just took it and played a little pinball with it, shot it down the left field line.
Joshua Overbeek will come up to the plate.
I'm not sure if you bunt your number 4 hitter or not, but with the guy on deck named Carey, Nebraska may consider it. Conversation here between Freilich and Brewer. I think it'll be Hetzler time. He's ready. Ryan Hetzler, the Auburn somewhat closer. There's a couple of them, but I think this is kind of the guy to go with. It'll be 95 with a good breaking ball. Auburn may go that way.
Nebraska's got a runner in scoring position here to get the 10th inning started. And Nebraska has not had the lead once tonight. Auburn jumped out to a 4-0 lead. And then Nebraska slowly but surely again down 5-2 at the start of the 8th inning.
Yep.
Let's come back and we see Everett Tiefert make the call to the bullpen.
Well, JJ, credit that Nebraska bullpen. They have shut the game out for the last 5 1/3 and now given them the chance offensively to really, the last 2 innings, they've taken the game over.
Pitching change here at Plainsman Park. Garrett Brewer's day on the mound is done for Auburn. Hetzler is the new pitcher here for Auburn. The junior right-hander from Corona, California, takes over in relief. High leverage situation here for Mr. Hetzler as he steps onto the mound.
Yeah, and he's been really good. It'll be a fastball. We saw him a couple weeks ago bump 95. Coach Thompson said in an interview, he drives me nuts because he was just okay in January. He's been really good so far. You see what he did last season. He was instrumental down the stretch with 8 saves, and he's done it again this year. He's been really good so far. Now the question for me is, will Nebraska bunt with 2 middle-of-the-order guys up? Overbeek's your number 4 hitter. Are you going to give the at-bat up and let him bunt to give an out and let Carey swing it, or let these guys swing it back-to-back? We'll find out quickly.
Auburn is playing as if that's a possibility. Todd Clay playing in front of the third base bag. We see Overbeek swing away and come up empty.
Yeah, it's like Coach Lott that talked about. This is the alpha male.
Will Bolt.
Coach Bolt, that too. This is the alpha male. You don't really want to take the bat out of this guy's hands in this situation. You want to let him swing it.
Pitch just off the plate. 1-1.
Hetzler was kind of a quiet transfer portal addition guy that kind of came out of nowhere. And man, he just stepped it up last year, had the 8 saves, and now here he is again in that late role. And he fits the mold. He's very poised, doesn't have a lot of emotion as a closer.
1-1 pitch. Fouled towards the Nebraska dugout.
He'll throw a really good slider like Jet Johnson. He'll throw a really good changeup. That's what that was right there, just out in front. And he loves to climb the ladder. He's probably the best in the Auburn staff at taking the 4-seam fastball and elevating it. He and Chase Freilich will communicate here.
Runner at second, no one out. A ball and 2 strikes to Overbeek. This ball hit, backhanded stop by the Auburn first baseman. Toss to first, and it's an out. Great play from Ethan Bingaman. Nebraska just as satisfied as the runner moves over.
Absolutely. Great baseball by Overbeek. He was fooled a little bit on the breaking ball, but a good job by him to give himself up and just make sure that he advances the runner, and a great play by Bingaman. Hetzel there to cover the bag.
Bingaman likely saved a run.
No question. Absolutely. And here's Carey. He was the hero at the moment. The last time up, a double off the wall, scored 2 runs, and here he is again. Another conversation by Coach Tiefert.
Yeah, Tiefert comes out. So speaking of Dylan Carey and speaking of a big swing that he had, it was 0 for 3 when he came up to the plate in the 8th. And then with the bases loaded, drives in a pair. Massive swing from Dylan Carey.
0 for 3 until that point. So now he's 1 for 4. Now he's got a chance to go 2 for 5 and maybe win the ball game, even though it's the top of the inning. A chance for another big hit to put them in the lead.
Some conversation between player and coach, and look at that. That's a great shot of Dylan Carey talking to his head coach, Will Bolt, who's #1 all time in Nebraska.
And he just said, hey, go ahead and get number 52 and just keep going. Let's get 57 by the time we get to Sunday, but let's have 52 right now.
Take this record away from me.
Don't hit a home run, hit a double. I doubt
That's
that
awesome.
is what Will Bolt said.
So Auburn has brought the infield in. There's a runner at third with 1 out. Garrett Brewer watches on as he just exited the game on the mound. We see ball 1 thrown to Carey.
Auburn has to bring the infield in with 1 out, but you don't have a real ground ball type pitcher on the mound, so it really kind of works better for Nebraska here to get a ball in the air and get that go-ahead run in.
Swing and a miss.
Tell you, Hetzel better be careful because that was real close to a balk. He really didn't stop when his hands came to his belt buckle, and you'd hate to give Nebraska the lead with a ball. Got to be sure you set, take a breath before you go.
1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
I made the comment 3 innings ago that I thought Jet Johnson had the best slider, and it was nasty. We talked about that. Well, here's another one just off the table, and he'll throw it again. This is where Freilich has to really block it up. This should be a slider down and away, maybe in the dirt, to try to get the 3rd swing.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Fouled back.
Or just rear back a third 94. That'll work too.
Either works.
Great job by Carey. Nebraska's done it despite the 17 strikeouts. It's kind of crazy to say they've had a great 2-strike approach when you got 17 punch-outs, but they've done a really good job.
Runner at third with 1 out. The 1-2 pitch. Hit to left field. It's down. Nebraska's got the lead. The leader, Dylan Carey, delivers here in extra innings.
JJ, watch where this slider is. This was not the late nasty. This was the hanger. And Dylan Carey's too much of a veteran to take that pitch. Matters, doesn't it? Big time. They're trying to climb to the level that Auburn is at, and they're close. Will Bolt's doing a great job. This is a big win if they can hold on and get it for them to come in here and do this. And a big night now all of a sudden for Dylan Carey. 2 at-bats back-to-back.
Yep, and Devin Nunez is the batter. He's hitting for the first time in this one, and he swings and misses for strike 1.
He came in the pinch run last inning, and now in the game to play.
The RBI single from Carey gave Nebraska the lead. The pitch. Hit to short, and it's going to get down. A little blooper from Nunez. First and second go the base runners.
And my, how things can change and turn if you just hang in there. Nebraska took some licks early, gave the 4-run inning, but they just kind of hung in. They pitched well and allowed the offense to kind of get a little chip here and chip there, and then you see a breaking ball, pretty good one, but a good job by Nunez. Stay with it, drive it over the shortstop's head.
Nebraska was down 4-0 and has come all the way back. They lead 6-5 here in the 10th. Will Jeske, the batter, just 1 out. This one runs inside.
There's no really fingers to point at anything. These are 2 good teams who just gone at it. At the moment, Nebraska's stolen every bit of the momentum. Auburn just hopeful for an out and try to keep it a 1-run lead going to the bottom of the inning.
Jeske belts one to left field. That ball is hammered. It's gone. Nebraska strikes back. They've got a 9-5 lead over Auburn here in the 10th.
Big time swing, another hanging breaking ball, JJ. You know, we were told before the game that we would not see Hetzler. Now, it turned into a situation where I think Auburn was kind of forced to pitch him. He's only on 1-day rest. He closed the game out on Wednesday night. There you see it. That's a ball, but a sitting, hanging breaking ball, just like the one thrown to Dylan Carey. And it carried right on out of the park. And now Nebraska with a 4-run lead. Good for this Nebraska offense.
And the folks here at Plainsman Park are headed for the exits. Auburn faithful. Feel like this one got away. So there's still baseball to be played, but Nebraska has all of the momentum after Will Jeske comes through with a massive 3-run homer. Nebraska leads 9-5. Will Jeske is the hero right now for Nebraska as he hits a 3-run homer to extend their lead here in extra innings. The Cornhuskers have a 4-run advantage as they're looking to win the first ever meeting between Nebraska and Auburn on the baseball field. New pitcher into the game for the Auburn Tigers. Ethan Harden, the junior left-hander, takes over on the mound.
Yeah, only thrown 2/3 of an inning. The numbers are high, but he's only thrown 2/3, so he's getting some work here just to try to close this thing out, see if Auburn can do something to bottom the inning. But good for the Nebraska offense, but it was allowed by the Nebraska bullpen. They shut things down after the 5th inning, didn't give up any runs, and now here the offense has gotten going, and they're rolling with doubles, extra base hits, and a big home run.
Nebraska's got a pinch hitter in Drew Grego up to the box. There's jersey number 10. And he'll hit here in the 10th inning. This is Max Butenbach's spot in the order. Grego swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. Swing and a miss, it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Hit hard and foul. It'll stay 2-2.
Harden transferred in from Belmont, which is a really good mid-major program right there in Nashville. One big missing piece for the Auburn pitching staff is Griffin Graves. He was projected as the Friday night guy. Jake has a good pitch for strike 3. Jake Marciano certainly has been great. Griffin Graves is the guy that's missing. He's had some lat issues, that's a little inflammation, and just not ready. Coach Thompson said this week they were hopeful he'd be ready, and they think he's now going to be another week at least trying to get back on track, and they need him. They need him. He's a veteran guy that's pitched 2 years and had some big innings and got really good stuff.
18th strikeout of the night for Auburn, but the life in the ballpark has completely gone away.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
18 punch-outs, but then look out, there's 12 base hits, there's 9 runs. I don't know that Auburn's walked anybody. So it's been on one side, a dominant Auburn pitching performance, on the other side, a dominant Nebraska offensive performance. If you can say that in the same sentence with 18 strikeouts.
Yeah, 0 walks for the Auburn pitching staff. They have hit a couple of batters. The strikeouts have certainly been there. It's all Nebraska right now, though. Here's a strike to Worthley, who's 0 for on the game. Auburn will have the middle of the order due up in the bottom of the 10th. As Worthley hits this ball down the right field line.
Watch him run.
This could be extra bases. The catcher finds another gear as he slides into second.
Don't say that very often, the catcher. And he did. Turned it on when he got there. The ball's in front of him, so why not? You got 2 outs, push it. Easy double.
Good swing. His teammates love it. This Nebraska baseball team, tons of energy. As Mac Moyer bats, 6th plate appearance today. Swing and a miss at that one.
Nothing really adds up in this game. The fact that you would have 6 plate appearances with 18 strikeouts and 9 runs, it's been a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Not what we expected on Friday night, for sure.
1-1 the count to Moyer.
That's why you play, right?
Yep.
Find out what's real and what's not.
And this is just game 1 of the series.
A long
We
way to
still
go.
got Saturday and Sunday to go. Fouled back.
I wonder with his speed and his skill set, what kind of bunter Moyer is. He really had some big swings tonight, almost like a middle of the order guy. I wonder if that's a part of his game that he'll use. We may find out tomorrow or the next day.
1-2 pitch from Harden. Just missed, ball 2.
Well, I got to think about Chase Fralick. He's been back there a long time. He's now caught 4 pitchers, probably caught, I'm guessing, over 200 pitches, considering the 18 strikeouts and the 12 hits, 13 hits.
Full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Hit on the ground to short. Guevara. Fields throws on to first, and it's late.
Didn't want to interrupt you, but my thought was no chance.
Yeah,
not with those
infield
wheels.
single from Moyer.
Guevara had a long way to go, but with, and he just took advantage of Auburn. going to
Nobody
sleep,
covered
not paying
second
attention.
base.
Yep. Everybody walking around, kind of had a moment lapse, and good for Moyer to take advantage of that mistake. It doesn't go up on the board as an error, but it is. Guevara does all he can. He's a really good fielder, picks it, makes the throw.
And then his first base coach says
Take a look, take a look.
he threw the glove away and
Yeah.
they kept going.
Yeah. McCrane was caught at the bag and just nobody got back.
So 2 runners in scoring position. Rhett Stokes is the batter.
Roswell, New Mexico.
As this ball's hit to right field, McCrane back, puts it away for the 3rd out. But Nebraska did their job. They brought all 9 batters to the plate in the 10th, and they've got a 4-run lead. Will Jeske is the hero right now for Nebraska, as in the top of the 10th inning, he put together this swing. A 3-run homer to one of the deepest parts of the ballpark. And Nebraska's got all the momentum here as we get to the bottom of the 10th.
Yeah, they sure do. It was 2 hanging breaking balls back to back. And
The
you see what
offense
they've
heating
done there.
up.
Yeah, 1 through 7, Auburn dominated, struck a bunch of guys out. 8 through 10, Nebraska offensive domination and the lead.
And Jeske's got some words with people up at the top of War Eagle Wall.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. And he can say them now. You want to be quiet when it's not going so well, but as soon as things turn your way, heck yeah, let it rip.
Speaking to the Nebraska bats heating up, Auburn hasn't had a hit mark since the 6th inning.
2 guys, Keski and Unger. This guy right here, Jayshon Unger, has come in throwing straight heat and just shut the door on the Auburn offense.
Bub Terrell leading it off. 1-1. Bub's got 2 hits on the day. That was back in the 3rd and 5th inning. There's a strike. It's 1-2.
Just total control. Again, just telling the story again. 1/3 of an inning last year with a 27 ERA. Summer ball developed, came back, and now Unger's going to go for his potentially first win of his Nebraska career here if he gets 3 outs.
The 1-2 pitch. Inside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one was close. Auburn had 2 walks in the batter's box in the 8th inning, but again, has not gotten a hit since the 6th inning. 2-2. Bub Terrell back to Unger on the mound. Underhand toss, and that's out number 1.
Continue to see that hand toss. That was a play back in the day. The pitcher would have planted his feet, turned, and thrown overhand. And there was just too much room for error. The throw is so close, it's easy to short arm it, try to underthrow it. Instead, just go over there, get the momentum, underhand flip. It's almost foolproof.
Here's Ethan Bingaman, Auburn's talented freshman. Nebraska 2 outs away from a win. Two balls and no strikes, the count now.
Okay, the pitching staff for Nebraska has definitely been an SEC caliber type pitching staff. This is what Auburn is going to see all spring once they get into conference, and they've seen it tonight. And you know, we talk a lot about that, JJ. I'm sure the country gets tired of hearing SEC caliber, but that's the standard.
Yeah.
That's the standard.
When you win all the championships like
and Will Bolt said it. He said, we are getting to that level. Physically, athletically, arm strength, we are getting to an SEC caliber level. And they would know. Him and Rob Childress have a lot of SEC experience through the walk here at Binghamton. But those guys, they kind of cut their teeth in the SEC. Coach Childress with a great career at A&M, so they know what it looks like, and they've brought it here to Lincoln.
Bingaman walks, so Auburn gets a runner at first. Logan Gregorio will be the pinch hitter here for Auburn. This was Chris Rimbert's spot in the order, but after he walked in the 8th, Auburn brought a pinch runner in. So here's a pinch hitter, Logan Gregorio. Transfer from Northern Illinois, 1 hit so far as an Auburn Tiger. As the runner takes off towards second. And Bingaman will nab that uncontested.
Might as well take it. Nebraska's not holding, and they shouldn't. And Auburn should take the run, take the base, no, without a doubt.
So a runner in scoring position now for Auburn with Gregorio. A 1-1 count. This one's low and inside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
It will get interesting for Jayshon Unger if Gregorio can find his way on base, because now you got a little more pressure. 4-run lead, nobody on, not too bad. All of a sudden, 2 guys on with McCrane up, who smoked a ball last time he was at the plate. Now the pressure builds.
Ball 3.
That's right, strike zone starts to bounce around a little bit. Kevin Manel is the one guy in the bullpen for Nebraska that coach did say would be their closer. He's got 1 save. He's had 2 non-save opportunities that didn't go well, and the 1 save opportunity he got the save. And there is action in that Nebraska bullpen. Absolutely, 4-run lead. We've seen it twice now in this game. We've seen Auburn score 4, and we've seen Nebraska score 4. So 4 is nothing.
It's left-handed pitcher Caleb Clark
getting loose. Yeah.
So 3 balls and a strike to Gregorio. Unger is up to 40 pitches.
And for matchup purposes, you would want to get a lefty loose to face McCrane.
Looked like after the first 2 innings of baseball, we were going to see a Friday night pitcher's duel.
And didn't we?
Between Ty Horn and Jake Marciano. And then everything kind of shifted.
That was like a week ago.
Yeah.
When things started.
Here's Jake Marciano watching on. Starting pitcher from tonight. 3 balls and a strike. Strike 2, and the count is full.
I think Auburn and Gabe Gross pretty high on this guy. Logan Gregorio transferred from Northern Illinois, had a great career there. Had some really good preseason at-bats, and he'll be a guy that they'll use to come off the bench, maybe even catch some in a backup role.
Payoff pitch, hit to second, underneath the glove of Stokes. This will get out into right field. Auburn will score. Hard hit ball. Nebraska can't handle it cleanly, and Auburn's within 3.
It's a bullet, probably a ball you'd like to get more in front of, but absolutely smoked. And short hopped him, and he tried to do a little stiff hand stick through and couldn't get there, pushed through it.
Number 17, Mason McCrane.
So Mason McCrane will be the batter.
And that's a base hit. I agree with that. That ball was absolutely scolded.
Auburn back within 3, and pitching coach Rob Childress out to the mound. A lengthy outing from Jayshon Unger, and now a pitching change coming for Nebraska. Nebraska got the big home run in the top of the 10th. The Cornhuskers are trying to close the door here on Auburn in the 10th. He's going to be responsible for the runner on first, but over 2 innings of work, a couple of walks, his night is done. And now comes Caleb Clark, the Canadian senior left-hander by way of Ontario, takes over on the mound in a big spot.
Upper 80s fastball, JJC numbers right there. He's a 4-year guy, been in Nebraska the whole time. Pretty good numbers overall. Probably a left-handed specialist, but he'll sink it. 88 to 90, throw a good little slider breaking ball, and that's what he'll throw here to Mason McCrane. I don't expect anything other than the fastball slider combination. And probably in potentially just for one batter to get him out and then go to the right on right matchup after this. If he can get him out.
Yep. Like you said, the last time up, Mason McCrane flew out to center field, but the ball was absolutely smoked. 1-0 pitch. 2 balls and no strikes.
Just the difference in this game than college baseball and the Major League game. The Major League game, 9-5 lead, it's pretty much over. But in this setting here, the college baseball game, aluminum bats and younger guy, it's just never over. The emotions of what they're going through, it's just never over.
Strike 1.
Good 90-mile-an-hour fastball, getting the count a little bit.
Two balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch is taken for a strike. Gregorio takes second base.
Seemed insignificant a little while ago when Auburn
Good
did
point.
that, and they scored.
Good point, Mark.
And then happened again right there. Now, if you're Nebraska, you have to play back. You don't want to get up a double down the line. No doubles, so they're playing back.
Mason McCrane in the batter's box. His brother Brandon waits on deck. Auburn is 4 for 10 tonight with runners in scoring position. This pitch missed low in the zone, ball 3, and the count is full.
A few Auburn fans have hung in there, and they're doing their part to try to push this offense along a little bit.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Payoff pitch. Low, it's a walk. A walk, and that will bring the tying run to the plate. Six walks tonight for the Nebraska pitching staff.
And a one-batter night for Caleb Clark. The left-on-left matchup, he didn't get it done. And then puts the bullpen again.
So Rob Childress makes the walk out to the mound once again. Caleb Clark hands back the baseball. And we will have another pitching change here for Nebraska. Auburn is bringing the tying run to the plate. Nebraska is going to bring in Jace Ziola. Drama here at Plainsman Park in the 10th. 6'4" sophomore throwing hard on the mound.
Yeah, he does. He's got a good arm, and I saw him drop down, too. I thought we might have a submariner guy, but then he went back up top. So 2 arm slots for Price Bender. His job here is to get a ground ball. He is in the game to try to roll over a ground ball from a guy that's really hard to double up in Bristol Carter.
The tying run for Auburn is at second base. And Auburn has speed on the base pass. As we take a look at the 10th inning for both teams, 6 runs, 6 hits. We've used 5 different pitchers. This is just college baseball at its finest.
It really is. And all 3 guys, as you said, all 3 guys out there on the bases for Auburn run really well. McCrane's a tying run at second. He's a plus runner.
Look at that dugout for Auburn getting into it.
And Nebraska's having to honor the ability of Bristol Carter to bunt. Look at him, the corners are up. Wouldn't have that if he was a number 4 or 5 guy, but because of what he can do, they're up.
Already has 1 bunt hit tonight. Carter shows bunt.
It.
And it's out of the zone for ball 1.
He's showing it, but he'll do it, and they know it, which is why they're playing out. Now, you don't want to give an out up just to get home the run to make it 9-8. You don't want to give up the second out. So I would think he's going to try to swing the bat. It would be Nebraska's favor to give up the run to get the out. I'll take 2 outs with a 1-run lead.
1-0 pitch to Carter. Swing and a miss.
Probably the hottest guy in the lineup right now. Coming off of last weekend and into the game against West Georgia on Wednesday night is Bristol Carter.
1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Ball 2. This game has also now passed the 4-hour mark.
Sure
and
has.
everyone's on the edge of their seats. 4 hours and still tons of nervous fans watching. 2-1 to Carter, and it's fouled back for strike 2.
Yeah, uncharacteristic of him. He came up out of the zone and really chased probably ball 3. He usually stays in there, but he's trying to make something happen. There you see the mustache. We saw that a couple weeks back from Youngstown State.
And I don't think Price Bender can hear the pitch comm right now.
Yeah, he's having to adjust. They have a little earpiece in their ear. And I think they're using a microphone, a walkie-talkie in the Nebraska dugout.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. This ball hit to third, Overbeek crosses over, Carey the shortstop. They'll get the out, but the 8th run comes in to score here for Auburn.
God, Dylan Carey is so good.
That was nearly disastrous.
Well, he had Overbeek in his way, and he's coming to his right, throwing back across his body. And as he's done about 6 times tonight, nothing to do. Watch how easy this is. I mean, he's got two people in his way, a base runner and another defender, and yet makes the play with ease.
And Chase Freilich will now be the batter for Auburn. Freilich can play hero.
It's a better matchup for Auburn, the right on left matchup, than it is for Nebraska. Right-handed pitcher from the left-handed hitter. Matchup in favor. If you ever have a in favor when you're on the offense swinging the bat, it's right now.
Two runners in scoring position. Freilich hits this ball a mile into the sky, but this one will stay in the infield. It's caught by Nebraska, and the Cornhuskers are able to slam the door and win the first ever meeting between these two teams.
Well, and give a lot of credit to the Nebraska offense. They got down, they got pitched pretty well, they hung in there, and then all of a sudden they blew it apart later in the innings. And the Nebraska bullpen, for the most part, 5 innings of hitless, scoreless baseball to get the win and get the lead and get the win.
What a back and forth game, drama all the way into extra innings. And to just think, Mark, this was just the first game of the series, man.
Game 1, baby, we got 2 to go.
These two teams able to flush this one away and move on to what's going to be an exciting finish between these two teams. So for Mark Fuller, I'm JJ Jackson saying so long from Auburn. Once again, our final score, Nebraska wins it 9-8 in extra innings. Join us tomorrow for Saturday's game of the series here in Auburn at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 Central on the SEC Network. To watch this game and others in their entirety, head to ESPN.com or the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.